Welcome to the Baseball University of the Blue Ridges, Western North Carolina Scout and Streaming Series presented by CamWood Bats. We're live from Brevard, North Carolina, on the beautiful campus of Brevard High School for a Mountain Foothill 7 1A, 2A split conference matchup between the Wolverines of Polk County High School and the Blue Devils of Brevard. Well, I'm all alone right now. Ryan is out fixing the center field camera for scouting purposes. Got a kind of late start today with the game being moved up a little bit to prepare for the weather. No JV game today. As you can tell, we're starting early. They're taking in and out. And yeah, we made a quick little ride over the mountain. I took the back road down the gravel road from Zirconia and down into Transylvania County. Beautiful drive as always down Crab Creek. It's great to be out here at Brevard. And excited to see another game. We want to talk about our broadcast sponsor, CamWood Bats. CamWood Bats is the premier broadcast sponsor of the Baseball University Western North Carolina High School Scout and Streaming Series. CamWood Bats located in Haywood County, but serving baseball and softball players across the nation. Get your game bats, trainers, tees, tutorials, and more, all available for purchase at www.camwoodbats.com. And as part of our partnership with CamWood, make sure to use the coupon code on your screen, that's BBUWNC, for a 10% discount on all purchases through their website. Big supporters of CamWood Bats, and we appreciate them for being a big supporter of Baseball University. Well, good to be back with you, Ryan. How was the camera?
Oh, it's fine. It's a beautiful day. It's just kind of a turbulent March and April. Weather's been kind of up and down. I think we're going to get a little chilly tonight. That's why they moved the game forward to 5 o'clock. Try to avoid the I think we're getting below 30 tonight.
That's what my dad was saying.
Which ain't good for the gardeners because I already got things blooming out there. And
what they call it, blackberry winter?
Yep.
Yeah, we're entering it, that's for sure.
So I don't even know if I have my mic on yet. There we go.
I think they can hear you on mine. Well,
all right. Let's see here. Yep. So we moved up to 5. Try to avoid the freezing weather coming. 2 Mountain Foothill 7 foes that are both 500 at the moment. Brevard 7-7, Polk 6-6. Unfortunately, we'll talk. It ain't been good in conference. No. That's the problem. So we'll get into that in a little bit here after we introduce our pregame sponsor.
Yeah, we want to thank Meineke for being the pregame and postgame sponsor of Baseball University of the Blue Ridges, Western North Carolina Scout and Streaming Series. With numerous locations in the Western North Carolina region, there's no better spot to get your vehicles seen and serviced. Whether it's an oil change, brakes, mufflers, tires and wheels, AC, you name it, Meineke is doing car care right in WNC. Well, like you were saying, couple of 500 teams. It's tough non-conferences for both of them, and like a very good showing in some of those non-conference matchups. But just starting in, who leads the Mountain Foothill 7? It's the Rutherford County teams.
Oh,
and
yeah.
A couple sweeps of these guys right here.
So East Rutherford, they're always going to be perennial winners, it seems. But both Brevard and Polk have a chance to make the playoffs still. They've done well out of conference, I believe. I wrote these numbers down earlier. I want to say Brevard is 6-2. Yeah, 6-2 out of conference. Polk is 6-3 out of conference. So they got to just figure out a way to stay competitive. They already got the East Rutherford teams out of the way. Actually, I don't know if Polk's played East Rutherford yet. Have they?
I don't think they have.
So yeah,
Polk. Let's see. Yeah, we can look into these schedules right now a little bit. Polk started off 4-2, swept by RS. They're 0-3 on the road, so they need to get a big road win here tonight to boost them along in the Mountain Foothill 7. Good wins over Landrum across the border, and a good win a couple weeks ago. They didn't play last week. I assume it was spring break down there in Polk County. On a 1-game win streak right now with a 10-4 dub over Mountain Heritage. On the other side, Brevard, they got off to one of the hottest starts I've seen a team in a while. 6-0 start.
Oh, yeah.
Sweeping Pisgah. Big win over Asheville and Irwin, both on the road over those big 3A schools.
And that'll help with RPI when it comes to playoffs.
And then another win, they actually beat Polk in a tournament game at Polk County High School on a Saturday where they played a couple games.
Doesn't
beat them
technically
6-5.
count as a county,
so it's not a
or
conference,
game.
but it's out of conference, and these teams are familiar with each other this year. But after that, Brevard getting swept by East Rutherford and a tough sweep by Patton.
Yep.
So trying to get off to a better start. They got a win over Harrisonville and almost came back against West the other night.
Yep, it was close. I think, like I said, coming into this is a chance for them to try to keep up in the conference a little bit by taking one or the other out. And then that'll help, again, with just the playoff hunt because, with Polk, they're a 1A, I believe. So
Polk's the only 1A in conference. So all they have to do to get that bid is stay above 500 or be in the top 3.
Yep. And now Brevard, they're in the 2A. It's a tough conference when it comes, or a tough class when it comes to playoffs with Burns, East Rutherford, some of those East teams. But let's take a second just talk about these coaches. Billy Alm on the Polk County side, it's his 9th year at Polk County, his 20th season coaching in general. I like his background. He actually played 2 years up at Schenectady County Community College in New York. That's upstate New York, kind of near the Finger Lakes. I've made some good contacts up there. I just haven't had luck pushing any of our mountain kids up there. A couple years ago, I reached out to Schenectady. They know about our area. I want to say their head coach was from our region originally. That may be a new coach now. But, Coach Alm would be the first one to tell you, you can always come back, because he did. After 2 years there, he came back to Newberry, Division II, and finished up his college career. So I would like to see more kids do what Coach did and go out of the region to have an adventure. Good baseball up there, too. Will Lindsay on the other side, 3rd year at Brevard, 3rd year as the head coach. He's also the American Legion Post-70 assistant this year. Graduated high school from West Henderson in 2017, played his college baseball at Anderson, stayed on for a year there to coach. Was also the head coach for the Hendersonville Honeycrisp for, I believe, from 21 to 24. Will, good young man in this game. He's always been really helpful with what I do. Works hard to find connections for his players. Has a good college coaching network himself, especially with that work through the Hendersonville Honeycrisp and being connected to Anderson. Younger brother Jake Lindsay down at Rockingham. He'll be transferring as he's a true sophomore. I'm not sure where he's coming yet. I know there's some 4-year schools up this way that would like to take a look at him. But, good baseball family, the Lindsays. We feel like this is going to be a solid matchup. Again, it might not be as flashy as some of the other ones we did, but I like covering games like this. Good players on both sides. Battled the blue. Polk last year, I believe they did make the playoffs. So as Hunter was saying, with that 1A rule, they were only 3-9 in conference, 11-14 overall. But they were the 18th seed in the 1A West. They had a first-round win against South Stanley before they lost to Uwharrie Charter Academy, which they may have ended up going pretty far themselves.
I think Uwharrie Charter was runner-up in the 1A.
They were the number 2 seed.
Yeah.
This year, again, 6-6, 0-3 in the conference. Brevard last year, 10-11, 6-6 in conference. They were the number 25 seed, and they lost to Lincoln Charter 3-0. Lincoln Charter, we've been paying attention to them this year. Very strong team. They're currently ranked number 2.
Yeah, we're going to talk about them a lot in the power ranking segment.
Yep. And now, let's see. Last week, I think Hunter already told you the weeks they're coming off of. So before we get into the power rankings, you want to flash those Mountain Foothill coaches polls, or we're at the halfway point, so we'll see if the coaches guessed right.
Yeah, even though we're still at the halfway point, we got our coaches poll pulled up, and I'm pulled up on my computer, so we're able to see it. We're out here in the sun, so a little difficult, but yeah, Rutherford County teams pick first always.
Well, I'll tell you, the one surprise in that coaches poll is Hendersonville, because I think they're in 3rd place right now. We're in consideration for our Mountain 10. They've been playing better as of late. Ethan Milner, strong pitcher. Aiden Burlett, 26 on that team. I think he's got a chance to be real solid. Will Bolyard, some youth coming up as well. Patton, also a big surprise this year, but they've kind of fallen off in the last week or so after they ran into East Rutherford. But yeah, let's go ahead and go into our travel sponsors, home team and away sponsors, and then we'll get back into that power rankings.
Yeah, I want to thank our travel sponsor today, Baird Private Wealth Management, for sponsoring the time at Baseball University. and the expenses that we encountered throughout the spring, including gas, food, and in some cases lodging. Big thank you to Baird Wealth Management for being our travel sponsor. I want to thank our home team sponsor this evening, Builders First Source, sponsoring the time that Baseball University puts towards marketing this game to coaches pregame and editing, posting highlights for the Brevard Blue Devil prospects with recruiting and scouting content on social media for the coaches postgame. At the heart of every construction project is quality, reliability, and expertise. Builders First Source delivers just that, providing top-notch building materials and manufacturing services across the United States, from lumber and roofing to windows and doors. We support contractors, builders, and homeowners with unmatched products selection and industry-leading expertise. Whether you're working on a small renovation or a large-scale build, Builders First Source is dedicated to helping turn your dreams into a reality. All their information is on your screen. Please go give them a follow. We also want to thank our away team sponsor this evening, Jay's Lawn Service and Landscaping, sponsoring the time that we put towards marketing this game to coaches for the Polk County Wolverine prospects with recruiting and scouting content on social media for coaches post-game. Or find them on Facebook. Their phone number is 828-894-7078 and info@jayslawnservice.com. They're a member of the Harrisville Home Builders Association, NCMA certified, ICPI certified licensed chemical applicator, now offering installation of concrete walls, foundations, and slabs, residential, commercial, outdoor living areas, water features, just to name a few things. We'll detail them a lot throughout this broadcast. Thank you to Jay's Lawn Service and Landscaping as our away team sponsor this evening. Well, as Ryan goes ahead and get the lineups into the book, we are going to go ahead and detail some where are they now. It's Polk County, where are they now? Micah Hill, know him very well. Yep. He was at North for a couple years, up at UVA-Wise. Nicholas Capozzi.
Yep.
Capozzi.
Gardner Webb.
And Jordan Searcy playing right here in Transylvania County at Brevard. For the Blue Devils, Lawson Powell's at Cleveland Community College. Like Zach Wilson staying at home playing at Brevard College. And Walker Case is at Anderson, where Coach Lindsay went to school.
Well, I'll tell you, Brevard College is looking strong. Was really impressed with them when we saw him play NC Wesleyan the other day. Zach Wilson, a big part of that team.
Starting lineup for Pope.
Well, I guess pause for a second, let the PA do his thing, and then we'll come back with the keys of the game and some prospects to watch with the starting lineups.
Number 10, Byler. Number 6 for the Wolverines, Hensley. Number 2, Harden. Number 3, Jarrett. Number 21, Fagan. And finally, rounding out the lineup, number 24 for Polk County, Meyer. Now for your starting lineup for the Brevard Blue Devils. Wearing number 6, playing second base, Grant Buchanan. Playing catcher, number 11 for the Blue Devils, Jordan Brown. Playing right field, wearing number 4, Braylon Thompson. On the mound tonight, wearing number 16 for the Blue Devils, Tyler Hodgson. Playing shortstop, number 2, Liam McCreary. First base, number 15 for the Blue Devils, Carter Powell. Playing center field, wearing number 1, Andrew Gorman. Playing left field, number 3, Colin Smith. And finally, rounding at the lineup at third base, number 5, Gus Robinson. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand if you're able. Gentlemen, remove your hats. We have a moment of silence, followed by the playing of our national anthem. and let's play some ball.
Well, it said Battle of the Blue, but you got Brevard in their cream colored and Polk in their black.
Yeah, all-time uniform matchup in my opinion.
Yeah. And I'm sorry, folks, fell behind today. I don't know if Hunter was joking about it yet, but we homestead, and I had a big rabbit sale today. So do meat rabbits, Rex rabbits, and had a customer come by and took their gosh darn time picking out their rabbits. So fell behind a little bit, but
yeah, but we'll have to get into a lot of the power rankings and a lot of that stuff later on then.
Yep.
But right now, let's go ahead and get into our Meineke Fleet keys to the game. What makes Meineke the smart choice for your fleet? Solutions to meet the needs of any fleet, including fleet leasing, self-managed, rental agencies, and more. Meineke is proud to sponsor the Meineke Fleet keys to the game.
Well, Hunter told me I need to revise my keys a little bit, try to become less wordy next time, but we both agree that these are some good ones. Key 1, bring your winning ways into the conference. Brevard 6-2 out of conference, Polk 6-3. You know you can win the good games because these are 2A, 3A, even a 4A that were beaten out of conference. So again, bring that right back into your conference today. Show them your best side. Key number 2. Big time prospects need to play big time in a small school game. Jordan Brown is a really elite prospect. We like him a lot. He's heading off the USC Aiken D2 next year. And then Gunnar Alm, who'll be leading off for the Wolverines, is an NC State commit in the 26 class. Well, small pond, big fish. We expect big things from them, and that should ripple through the scorebook today. And then lastly, key number 3, average velo arms must compete. Some injuries for Brevard. They recently lost Hunter Mason, elbow issues. He's going to be getting that checked out by a doctor soon. For Polk, just not a very deep pitching staff, but they're competitive. And that's what we need to see today. We're going to see 74, 75 miles per hour, but that means control, mix, pitch to contact, trust in the D. No free passes.
Well, we're about to start our first. Wouldn't be remiss without mentioning Bloom Patch Farms, our first inning sponsor for the High School Scout and Streaming Series. Appreciate Bloom Patch Farms for sponsoring us. Go check out their website on your screen. Give them a phone call. Go hit up Miss Sumner. She's got over 300 dahlia varieties for spring planting and doing all kinds of awesome things over there, which we'll detail more later on in the inning. Thank you to Bloom Patch Farm for being the first inning sponsor of the Scout and Streaming Series. Well, we're finally here. First pitch. Definitely a shorter pregame than we would have liked, but we're okay with it.
Well, you got that like low single A minor league game on a Monday feel because it's a 5 o'clock game, not a full house yet. Parents are still at work. No JV game, so those kids aren't lingering. So it's quiet, but at the same time doesn't mean we can't have a loud moment, and we can catch it right here on the Scout and Streaming Series. So Gunnar Alm will be heading off to NC State in a couple years. ACC, I know you know a lot about the college realm. How's NC State doing?
Well, they're not in the top 25, so they're probably not that much up there when it comes to conference play right now. I know I've been paying attention to just 2 teams with it still being basketball season, but that ended last night. So we are about to get into full swing, and I'll have to pay more attention to the rival Wolfpack where Mr. Alm is heading off to play collegiate ball at.
Well, it's interesting. I maybe spoke too soon. I know Coach was talking about losing some arms, dealing with some injuries throughout the year, but 80-81 so far for Tyler Hodgson. So it's good to see from the senior. I don't know if he's got any interest in playing at the next level, but a little bit of early velo. But with velo, he still got to get in the zone, so ball 4.
Showing you currently camera 4. Camera 4 finally came in. We got 4 cameras now. Excited to bring you 4 different angles of this beautiful facility at Brevard High School.
Say Carson Scruggs, he's the DH tonight. He's actually hitting for the first baseman, Aaron Jackson.
Yeah, very sunny day, blinding me with the iPad.
Whoever there's any relationship to Earl Scruggs. Swing, there's a drive in the right center field. That ball's going to get down. Alm on his horse. He's going to go all the way to third. Let's see if they send him. He's getting the circle. There's not going to be a throw, so it'll be an RBI double. for Carson Scruggs. Good hustle by Alm, coming all the way around from first base to score.
He was on his horse from the moment that ball was smacked into the gap. Trying to keep up with him on the cameras was even tough.
You got 4 to choose from now. So early lead here for Polk County. Choosing to wear the all black on a sunny day. Say they're going to have sunshine probably throughout the whole game here. I don't know if they'll have to turn the lights on, depending on how fast the game goes. It's going to bring Alex Perry to the plate. Alex, the pitcher this evening for the Wolverines. Spins it outside. Say a little bit of a wind, nothing too fierce, but blowing from left to right. You can see the flag there in the middle of the field, middle center field.
Well, they gave us our lineups over the PA, but they didn't give us our prospects. You want to detail some of those prospects, Ryan?
So for Polk County, talked to Coach Alm before the game. He said 2 that we need to look out for. One we already know is Noah Harden. He's our shortstop tonight, left-handed swinger. But a freshman, Nate Fagan, is another one that we want to keep an eye on. Nate is in where's he at in the line? Yeah, he's batting 8th. He's at second base tonight. So a lot of good freshmen were coming across. Duncan Carver we saw last week. AC Reynolds, CamWood Bats player of the game. 82 on the velo there. Again, Hodgson showing some firm fastballs.
Yeah, just battling top of the zone there, kind of leaving it above the letters a little too much early on, trying to get that down into the zone.
3-1 count. So 82, but it's got to be in the zone, so it's second walk.
A lot of discipline ABs to start this game for the Wolverines, who were off last week, so took some time to rest, recuperate.
I don't know how you can get away with that in the spring season. A week off, I think it could totally mess up your vibe if you're on a winning streak. Or Mason Byler up now. Stays off the high heat. Mason was a player we talked to a little bit about recruiting. Decided he's just going to go ahead and go to work, I believe, or go to school. Older brother was Jackson. Actually got a film on him from a couple years ago. He was plenty good to play as well. But some of these kids are just, that's going to be down too. Let's see if it gets past the right fielder. Byler is going to try to go for 2. He's going to make it. So 2 doubles here in the inning. I was saying Byler's older brother Jackson had the ability to play in college too, but some of these kids, just because they can play doesn't mean it's part of their destiny. So Scruggs in. Perry all the way to third.
Got a 9 for 8 and 42 for a couple runners here.
So, yeah, pitcher and catcher both on here. So who is running for who there?
9 for 8 and then 42 for...
So Jace Edwards for Perry is the courtesy runner, and then 24 is for Byler. It's Cooper
40.
Meyer. Oh, excuse me, 40?
42.
42, Dante Tingling. That's going to stay up, caught by McCrary. They go behind for the double play. So soft liner turns into 2 there. So LO 6 to 4 DP. And that's our first 2 outs of the inning. So Byler thrown out on the backside. Perry's still out there at third. So Hodgson needed that. See if we can get the Blue Devils back in the lineup here and start picking away at this 2-0 lead. But they're going to have to retire a third one first. And that's Noah Harden, a left-handed hitting shortstop here.
Play for number 2, Harden.
I will say he's working at a good pace right now, even though he's given up 2 runs. It's been no waiting around. Give me the ball, let me sling it.
Well, it's like you said, fastball's been up in the zone, and when it's firm and up, they can jump on it. The 2 doubles here, the 2 walks. Doesn't surprise me if there's 2 on the board after that.
2s all around in the first. I do like what he's trying to do. He just got to bring it down just a tad bit, got to come over the top, finish, try to push that thing, but you don't want to leave it across the plate every single time, and I feel like that's what he's trying to pick his points here.
Yep. Ooh, nice curve there.
Yeah.
Has some decent shape to it. So 1-2 count. Good fight by Harden.
So I was in the shop and I heard Katie holler. She wasn't barking. Oh.
Well, do we get to the where are they now for Brevard too? Yeah, we did.
I think we did, yeah.
Say Lawson Powell, older brother Carter Powell, the first baseman over there. Talked to Carter's dad today, Carter's dad today said that he's got some interest. He's looking for engineering. Talked a lot about how engineering schools are in the South. It's mostly big D1 schools, but if you go northeast, Pennsylvania and up, there's a lot of D3 engineering schools that start popping up. So that's third walk of the inning. Harden heads down to first base. It's going to make a first and third situation. We'll see how the first and third defense holds up. It's been better in the last few games we've covered. We've seen some competitive throws through to the bag, better cut plays. Say Jarrett showing bunt here with the first and third. Timeout call. The pitching coach going to roll out to talk to Hodgson.
Well, while Coach Lindsay's out there, older Coach Lindsay, go ahead and mention our Patreon real quick. Want to help support Baseball University of the Blue Ridge? Visit our Patreon at www.patreon.com/bbuniversitywNC. The more financial support Baseball University of the Blue Ridge can earn, the more coverage of West North Carolina baseball we can bring you, including the College Torch Series, the High School Scout and Streaming Series, American Legion Post 70 coverage, weekly media content, highlight films, and more. Choose which tier is right for you at www.patreon.com/bbuniversitywNC.
Yeah. I think I'm just going to start creating some, and then we can advertise, like, hey, if you want to see, like, a behind the scenes, like, how we set up these cameras, might have, someone film us going through our pre-game routine. Start putting content up there. Might persuade some folks to get on there and sign up.
See, I've been hoping to, kind of do some of that while I'm doing this, but we need interns, we need help, we need people, and we're thankful for the support we've received, but your support could go a really long way to keep this up.
Say foul tip there. Hopefully Jordan Brown's okay. He is. So this is Jarrett still, right? Yep. Say Coach Alm didn't put the grad years on the Max Prep sheet, so I'm not sure what grad year Jarrett is. Fagan, the freshman's on deck. I know that because we spoke about it. Spoke about the particular player. Runner goes. Swing, ground ball, and that is a perfect hit and run. Gets the shortstop McCrary out of position. So with the runner moving, it gets the middle infielders moving as well. That's going to allow Perry to come in on the RBI single by Jarrett. So nice piece of small ball there by Coach Alm and company. Harden, since he was already moving on the play, he makes it all the way to third base. So that's good small baseball right there. It leads to a third run and has another one right down there 90 feet away. Nice spot. Again, Hodgson's got some stuff, but hats off to Polk, just hunting fastballs, small ball.
It's like what Coach Johnson's saying in the box, waiting on your pitch. Your pitch got to be right where you want it. Your pitch could be up and in or high and out.
Top of the zone, he's going to throw through. Does he get a tag on him? I'm going to think they're going to say he missed him. No argument, so it's a stolen base by Jarrett. That puts two ducks on the pond there for Fagan. Say Polk being a small school, 1A, gives a chance for talented underclassmen to crack the lineup. Nice pitch. That's two on the corner there, right? So 1 and 2. Well, let's see if he can adjust. Like, if you're Hodgson, do you go there again? Do you try to bust him inside? If you're Fagan, you're probably just trying to hit it the other way. And that's what he does. That's going to make it through the hole. One scores. Jarrett right behind Harden. Here's the throw home. There will be none. It's cut by Powell. 2 RBI single by the freshman Fagan.
Must be about 6.
Now comes the plate for puck number 24, Cooper Meyer.
5 spot in the top of the first as the Wolverines came to play.
Yep. And that recent slide from Brevard continues. It shows you, some injuries. When you lose certain innings that you're counting on, when certain arms go down, others got to step up. Again, Hodgson throwing it firm, but just hats off to Polk. It seems like they're just flawless right now. Great eye at the plate. They've taken 3 walks, 2 doubles, runners in motion, hitting it through the holes, 2-strike hitting. I mean, we should probably just package this first inning and sell it as Coach Alm's Guide to Baseball. So 9-hitter, batted all 9 here is Cooper Meyer, the right fielder. See a lot of pitches too for your starting pitcher. So I know Coach Lindsay's probably thinking ahead, like, man, we still got games this week. We got to start figuring out where we're going to get these innings from. Ground ball. McCrary charges. Oh, it's going to take a hop and come up and hit the heel of the glove. That'll be an E6, and we are back to the top of the lineup with Gunnar Alm.
Now comes the plate, number 7, Gunnar Alm.
So that gives Gunnar Alm a chance. Gunnar started this whole thing with the base on balls, and base on balls can come back to haunt that pitcher, let me tell you. I'm sure there's probably some sort of analytical study of what percentage of walks score for each team in each situation. Swing, fouls it off towards the parking lot.
Gunnar trying to put this one on the football field.
So I think I heard the Monica Sellis backhand grunt there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's see if we can find a barrel here. It's almost one of those situations where it's like you do have a base open. Now it's third base, but
You're already down 5-0. I don't know if you want to put another potential run out there, 90 feet closer to scoring.
well, Alm's the type 2, can make it 8-0 real quick. Good spot. Nice job by Brown to frame. Say Brown did some catching in his youth, had to step up and catch this year for Coach Lindsay. He's pretty dynamic, has opened up a whole new realm of his game, made the American Legion post-70 team. He'll probably play all positions there. I heard Evan that's a swing and a drive. Let's see if it tails up. That's going to get over the center fielder's head. They're going to keep running here. I don't know what I was going to say. I'm not sure what Meyer's looking at there, but he's going to be able to make it. Alm was losing his head there because he 2 outs. There's no need to be looking. So
Now comes the plate for Pope, number 5.
So that is a 2-run double for Alm. Scores Fagan from second and Cooper from first.
I think on the highlights, I'll just write down the entire first inning.
Say I got to get through. I've been editing some film. I got to get North Henderson. I got to finish that Charlotte Christian Providence Day game highlights. Then we got Northeast, West AC, and Tuscola Pisgah from last week. And now we'll add this one to it. Scruggs, he had the double that broke the scoring open early in this inning. Scored Alm from first base. Oh, spins it, it hooks up, stays up.
Polk
brushes back.
dugout telling him to wear the thing.
Well, Coach Lindsay, I'm wondering too, like how much more rope you're going to give him. Because, again, stuff's looked okay, but too many free passes and just too many barrels.
I think he's just trying to get him through 3 outs. Just getting him to that point. Let his nerves calm down. I don't know what the pitch count's like for this week, what their plans are, but they'll definitely need him.
There's a strike. Now, typically, I don't like seeing pitchers go more than maybe 30, 35 in an inning if they're struggling. It can be hard on the arm. Swing. That's a bloop. That's going to stay up just long enough to be caught by, I believe that's Thompson out there in right field. Yes, it is. Well, how many come to the plate here? 11 come to the plate. 8 in. Yep, go ahead and go to that sponsor. It's been a minute.
Thank you to Bloom Patch Farm for being our first inning sponsor located in Hendersonville, North Carolina. Bloom Patch offers over 300 dahlia varieties for spring planting and provides floral design services.
I appreciate it.
VIP cutting and floral tours are booking on the weekends from March through October. Contact us at 828-772-1798 or visit our social media pages on your screen. Facebook at Bloom Patch Farm and Instagram at Bloom Patch. Thank you to Bloom Patch Farm for being our first inning sponsor.
I just texted him something else, and he said, I can't text from my phone, it cuts off the live stream. So he's texting me on his watch and watching the live stream. So it was good timing that y'all are here so he could actually do that.
Well, I'm sure this is a better score right now. But... All right, so heading into the bottom of the first.
Bottom of the first.
Seems like the top of the first was a lifetime there.
I want to thank Mitchell for getting you these, Coach Shepard.
Oh, yeah, or Mitchell Whitener hooked me up with a big old pack of scorecards.
The good ones, the Glover scorecards. Love me a Glover. We need to get you a binder, but I don't know if you want that big bulky thing carrying around. You like your clipboard.
I'm a simple kind of man.
He's a simple kind of man. You don't want to hear me sing, guys.
We got Grant Buchanan coming up, leading off. Jordan Brown to follow, and Braylon Thompson. And still a lot of ball game left, so these Blue Devils are going to have to start picking away. Alex Perry, the arm for Polk County tonight. Not a hard thrower, but he fills it up. He competes. Again, I like small school baseball when it's clean and it's creative, and that's what Billy Alm just showed us right there. There's a lot of good small ball, teaching his guys, program guys, teaching them to find barrels, look for fastballs. We'll see if Grant Buchanan can get things started. Grant, left-handed swinger.
Now comes the plate for the Blue Devils. Number 6, Grant Buchanan.
Grant's a good athlete, versatile, playing second base tonight. Can play the outfield. Again, talking to him about 2-year schools, 4-year schools. Trying to keep his options open as he figures out what he wants to study. Good student. Ball out. Well, 2-0 start.
Don't foreshadow the
I was going to say.
Bottom of the first, top of the first.
Ball 3, yep. Arms dragging a little bit. Needs to catch up some on his timing. Working fast, but 4 quick balls. So,
Now comes plate number 11, Jordan Brown.
no telling what type of game you're really going to get until you get through one, you know. Jordan Brown, we like Jordan, hit a home run. Unconventional walk-off was the 10-run rule walk-off versus Pisgah. Hit a laser beam over the fair pole. Going to be a good Division II baseball player. Again, Division II baseball is essentially our best high school prospects, D1s nowadays in this market. Even if you're a D1 commit, like one thing that we're seeing is heavy recruiting, bringing in maybe 15, 20 over the roster limit and cutting guys, but in some capacity, that's a pop fly to right field. It's going to hold up, though, and that's going to be hauled in by Cooper Meyer out there.
Now stepping in for Blue Devils, number 4, Braylon Thompson.
But essentially what you're looking at now is, let's say I bring in 20 to a big D1. I cut 20. Or excuse me, I cut 10 of them. Those 10 now are D1 bounce back prospects, and they're more attractive on the market than a high school kid with D1 potential. You know, they show that that kid has spent time in a program. He's got some college credits built up. He was good enough to get recruited by that D1, but even if they end up cutting you, they almost, like I said, they almost look at it as like they're doing you a favor because now you have that label of I'm a D1 bounce back guy. So Braylon Thompson, good football player, runs really quick. pure athlete, raw. I've been talking to Coach Lindsay a good bit about him. If he wants it, there is a future in baseball. Players like him are exciting because it's like clay to mold. Just teach him how to let his tools play a bit. With the lefty on here, you wonder if they start a runner. Ball out.
Another 3-ball count.
So it's 4-7 straight there. Or no, you're right. There's a 1-out sandwiched in there. That's right. Jordan Brown jumping on it.
I was about to start the A&M ball chant.
Yeah. All right, 3-0 delivery. Ball out. That's 2 walks in the inning.
Now coming to the plate, number 16, Tyler Hodgson.
Coach, I'm coming out. Good time to talk about mention our social media, everybody. Stay connected to Baseball University of the Blue Ridge across all of the social media platforms. Like and subscribe right now on YouTube at www.youtube.com/@bbuniversitywNC. Like us on Facebook at Baseball University of the Blue Ridge. Follow us on X, formerly known as Twitter, and Instagram at @bbuniversitywNC. And check out our website at www.baseballu.org. Appreciate you guys following us, getting us some hits, clicks, likes.
Yeah, and definitely subscribe, because that way you'll get notifications on whether we got broadcasts coming up, especially you college coaches. So Hodgson takes an HBP. So control issues, the narrative of the first inning.
We have ducks on the pond.
Man, I'll tell you, Liam McCrary, let's get a big hit for your Blue Devils here, bub.
Bases loaded, number 2, Liam McCrary.
Try to make a game of this.
Go ahead and give you all 4 camera angles right now. Show you what's going on in the ballpark with 4 ducks on the pond. See if Brevard can match that 7 spot that Wolverines put up.
Low. So Liam McCrary, very good athlete, very wiry. Hung out with Liam the other day, came out to the Brevard NC Wesleyan game, was able to introduce him to those coaches. It's funny, that Western North Carolina College Tour series. I still got to finish the videos that we did on Montreat and Brevard. But you go down to the foothills and do a game, like we did the Cleveland game, dozens of kids show up. You do a game in the mountains, like a Mars Hill game. A lot of kids came out to the Western game we did, but we need more active participation. You got to come out and watch the baseball when we're at Brevard and Mars Hill and Montreat, guys. So Liam took advantage of that, being the only player that came out, got to meet those coaches. Got a first-hand look at D3, and man, it was good. It was physical. There's home runs being hit, high 80s, low 90s pitching. So McCrary here in the 3-1 count. That's ball inside. So is that an RBI walk? I think it is.
RBI.
Run, BB'd in, based on balled in.
Now to play for Blue Devils, number 15, Carter Powell.
So everybody moves up 1. Grant Buchanan comes in to score the first run for the Blue Devils. Now Carter Powell. Carter had a good week last week. I seen his name on the Asheville Citizen Times nomination. I think it was 3 for 4 in their win. Oh,
Bog's way. Bounce. No run coming
in. Recovered by Byler. Seen his older brother Lawson a couple times this year when we went down to go see Cleveland play.
Great day for baseball, great day for softball. The Blue Devils are hosting an opponent over across from us. I think we're going to see a lot of pitches today.
Well, Coach Lindsay and Coach Alm on the same page when it comes to preaching patience, don't chase. Big pitch here for Perry. Swing. Hard ground ball, foul. So it was that 2-1 count. All right. Wind blowing left to right. Could get under one today, see it take off. Grand salamis would be fun. Haven't seen one of those yet this year.
You got the little target out there in left field.
He wants to misfire just a couple feet above it. That's another base on balls RBI. So interesting start to the game today in this Battle of the Blue. So Braylon Thompson in for the second run. That's Hodgson to third, McCrary to second, and Powell heads on down to first base. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 walks and a hit by pitch, and we're only through one. That's both teams combined.
Right, we're not through one yet.
No, we're still building on one. Here's Andrew Gorman, another good student, playing center field tonight. That looks like sac fly territory, but Gunnar Alm has got a cannon. Let's see. Nope, he's going to keep everybody at home with a perfect throw.
Laser.
Shoo!
I'm going to write that one in the highlight book because you don't see a lot of those that often up here in the mountains.
A highlight of the there should be a new metric, a keep them in their place metric.
Mm-hmm.
Not necessarily an outfield assist, but so big out there. The pop fly in the center field. Rolls over one here. Nice job. Oh! Say Perry was doing a good job fielding his position, but the throw goes wide. I guess that's an E1.
Good job, boys.
And that's going to score. Let's see where we're at. So Coleman Smith at first on the E1, no RBI.
That's play number 5, Gus Robinson.
And that scored Hodgson from third, and McCrary came all the way around from second to score on that. Powell all the way to third. So first and third situation, number 9 hit her up, just like Polk Wolverines. The Brevard Blue Devils have batted around. Swing, pop fly center field. Should be a can of corn. Gunnar Alm settles under, makes the catch. And the damage has been done. So after one, it is 8-4. So able to cut the lead in half. It'll be Perry, Byler, and Hensley for the Wolverines in the top of the second, finally.
11 runs in that top of the first, but only 30 minutes, so pretty good efficiency there when you talk about run scoring. You know who else is efficient? Hail Tax Solutions. They're our second inning sponsor. We've got how many days? What's today? Today is the 8th. We've got a week till tax day, guys. Go get with Hail Tax Solutions ASAP. Been in business since '97. They are the official tax preparer for Baseball University of the Blue Ridge. I know. I still haven't done mine. I need to go do them.
Yep, get all your receipts together.
Might have to.
Now, if you need to file an extension, Hail Tax is also your folks to contact.
Oh yeah.
Very personable, official tax preparer of Baseball University of the Blue Ridge. Appreciate y'all down there, Hail Tax. Pulling up power rankings?
Yeah, let's do it.
Made a little noise this week. I think, what did we say? Nobody changed on the Foothill 10. They just shuffled.
Yeah, they just shuffled around. Same Foothills teams.
Big loss, or the big game there is Crest. Crest swept South Point, and Crest is on fire right now.
Lincoln Charter defeated South Caldwell.
Yep, so that's
I don't know
the
what
top
could be
3.
bigger than that.
Yep, top 3 switches around again. Burns back to 1. Lincoln Charter up to 2. South Caldwell drops from 1 to 3. North Iredale's been splitting, but with good teams. North Lincoln with the loss to West Iredale drops a little bit. Gaston Christian on the rise. Up in the Mountain 10, Drone peeks its head in at number 10. We'll see them this Friday versus Madison. And North Henderson up to number 5. That was a tough decision. Them and RS are pretty much equal in our in Hunter's BBU Plus model, which I'll let him elaborate on later. But since North won the head-to-head, we gave them the edge there.
Yeah, gotta value head-to-head in these rankings, especially when the analytics are so close and our minds are so close. You just got to value that a team won on the gridiron.
So Hodgson out for a second inning. I'm not sure what his pitch count is, but he's a senior. Sometimes when they tell you they're not going to play in college, you just ride that arm, ride it like Seabiscuit all the way to the end. 81 on the gun still, so he's been 80-82 most of the night. like Dylan Blackwell, I know his senior year, he was kind of back and forth on whether he was going to go to Brevard. So I remember for college, so they ended up throwing him a lot of innings. Colton Lauder, you know, sometimes those really good athletes come through and they just tell you, like, hey, I'm not going to play. I'm just, you know, I'm going to throw 105 every time. We'll let them figure out the repercussions of that later when it's aching in their elder days.
Mm-hmm.
So again,
Another walk.
Sticking with the theme of the first inning right now. Perry with his second walk heads down to first base. Well, probably going to be an offensive player of the game.
I hope so.
Yeah, because we've been giving it to too many pitchers.
I don't see how a pitcher so far could get a player of the game.
Yeah, not in this start. So Mason Byler up. Mason doing the catching, senior.
I just want to see a pickoff attempt here. I'll have to wait a pitch.
So we got that pinch runner again. I think that's Edwards out there running for Perry again, the pitcher.
Had a little movement, just was way up there at the eyes. Good batter's eye here for the hitters. The mountains, nothing more perfect.
Say, when we were here a couple weeks ago for the college game up there over at the college, Brevard, the smoke was still rolling over the mountain coming from that South Carolina fire. Thank God the rain finally came. It's been raining for like the last 3 days. So forest fires are in the rear view for now. Yep. Looking at those keys to the game, it kind of comes back to that whole like average arms, got to compete with control, mix, pitch into contact. So both sides, both starters haven't been able to do that just yet.
Of course, Richie was up there, and I think
This would be a big win for Polk, first conference win if they can hold the lead again very early. Only 8-4 here. I fell asleep last night on the couch. I was mad at myself because I was watching the Orioles. They were playing Arizona. The game didn't start till 9:40, but looked like the Bats finally came to life. So I'm looking back to make sure they won. Yep, they won 5-1. Looks like they play this evening at 9:40 again.
Runner goes.
Foul tip. They're going to
batter's
throw
out.
it down. Nice sweep tag, but Edwards going to be safe on the stolen base. Strike 3 to Byler.
This is when I wish I had a camera that we could just somehow zoom as we go, and it would go in real time.
No. Now, Polk County, they were the ones that were getting hit the hardest by that fire down there.
They've had two separate ones.
Yeah, I like Polk. Good people down there. Mark Emery is a gentleman from the neighborhood. Has been helpful in the past. He's I think the general manager of the Sawmills summer collegiate team after running the Lenore team. But went down and helped him run some Polk Little League. I think he went with me that one time.
I was there
a couple
one
years
day
ago.
at camp. That was fun.
I like that kind of stuff. I'd like to try to do more of that.
I like when we coached Apple Valley down there. That was a fun day.
Yeah, it's good small school baseball. The bottoms.
Polk boys.
Yep.
Billy's been trying to get my dad to come coach down with him for the last few years since he retired, and he gave him a hat and a shirt, but he couldn't entice him.
He's probably just enjoying watching baseball, being an armchair quarterback, criticizing everybody.
There we go.
Here's Hensley. A little fake from Buchanan there at second. Again, ball out. Oh, might be a little trouble here. Say Jordan Brown got to jump on that a little quicker. Say he jumps on that, he might be able to freeze him in the middle of the baseline, start a rundown. So Hensley, he was the one that lined out soft liner to McCrary there at shortstop for the double play in the first. That helped ease the damage for the moment, but unfortunately, the Wolverines went on to score 4 more runs after that double play. 1 out here. Brevard, a pretty town. Drove through it kind of the back way today too. Went down Old Hendersonville Road. You have a lot of those like just really quaint cottage-looking houses. Looks like a really nice tourist town, definitely a college town feel. Really, I texted the Brevard coaches today. I didn't know if they were in town or practicing, but said if they want to stop by and hop on the broadcast. We'll see. Because I just think, oh, there's a hard line drive. Let's see if that can get out to the gap. It's going to stay a single. They're going to go ahead and send them. Here comes the throw from McCrary. Oh, now play a second. And that's a safe play, too. Wow. It's a great base running by Polk Wolverines. So RBI single. So that's Edwards, comes all the way around from second. Hensley with the single, gets the second on the throw. Score now 9-4 for Noah Harden, who also, you guessed it, took a walk last inning. Say Polk looking sleek in their black uniforms here. So I like the right field backdrop with the big Brevard logo on top of the state outline.
We know the football team plays here.
Yep.
College team does. Why it's such a big stadium.
Yep. And then you can see it out there, a couple of the sponsorships, which I'm going to have to call them now, see if they want to sponsor Legion. But you see Davidson River Outfitters. Davidson River hadn't even really asked about the damage that it took, because when I first moved down here, we used to love going over that river looking for my brother found the hellbenders, the salamanders in there. It's like you just wonder, like, how did all the wildlife hold up? It's a beautiful area, Pisgah Forest. Be a great place to go to college. I feel like some of these Brevard high school kids should look into Brevard College too, but they probably feel like it's too close to home.
I know a lot of kids from Henderson County go to Brevard College. They give them a big
Now
scholarship.
they don't do the.
They don't do it anymore?
Nope, it's more academic and financial
I know
aid
they
based
did
now.
with my class, and I had a few classmates who went to Brevard, studied a couple different things, and then ended up back in the Henderson County education system as teachers.
I think Brevard does good on education. They seem to feed back in. Oh, yeah, 9-4 is where we stand. Only top two. Heading towards a football score, speaking of football. Brevard College usually has a pretty dang good team. Brevard High School is usually really competitive. I'd say this is a football school.
It's a football town, man. Back in the day when Brevard had a run at the, I think it was 1A state championship, there's old news articles and videos from WLS Stan Pamphilis that they pull up every now and then.
And to the glove, held tight by Brown, and that is strike three. So 2 outs collected now via the K this inning. They'll bring Jarrett to the plate. Jarrett had the hit and run single, which was so finely placed in the first inning, because it was basically just a hard hit routine ground ball. But since the runners were moving, shortstop out of place covering the bag. Scored the ribby.
Where's a bunt?
Nice 2-out bunt. Oh, from his behind, Hodgson all the way across, safe. So it's going to be a bunt single for Jarrett. So Jarrett 2 for 2. Billy Alm, small ball.
I love it.
Yeah. And it's funny because, like, there is kind of a juxtaposition between his son Gunner as a prospect, who does have the ability to hit the ball over the fence, has some elite tools. But when you're small school, you're so used to teaching kids how to play the game right, baseball IQ, do the little things right, because you're not always blessed with a big pocket of athletes. You got to teach kids how to be baseball players. So a lot of small ball, and then we get to the top of the lineup here and 2 more batters, and then again it's back to try to hit the ball hard somewhere in the middle of the field. So Fagan had the very impressive 2-strike hit. They were working him outside, fastball outside, curveball outside, right on the edge. He didn't try to do too much. Went back to the outside corner, just poked it through that first base, second base hole. They're going to go ahead and let Jarrett take the base there, stolen base. So Fagan finds himself in familiar territory. This is exactly where he was last time with 2 outs, runners on second and third with a 2-strike count. So let's see if they try something different. If you're Hodson, you probably go inside, but it looks like they're setting up back outside. Fouls it back into the net here. How's all the latency stuff been with plugging directly into the Starlink?
It's going great, but I'm going to have to unplug it so I can charge the iPad. The iPad is at 17%.
Okay.
So
going back to the Wi-Fi.
Going back, but I don't anticipate
Well,
any issues.
Funny story, I'd ordered some parts, and we had ordered a 3-way splitter to allow us to plug in all these different things into the iPad. Came here today, couldn't find it. It was like, wait, did I get it? Called my wife. Turns out I'd thrown it into the burn barrel, just hadn't set fire to it yet. It was in all the packaging. I'd missed it. So thank you, Amy, if you're listening at home, my beautiful wife, great supporter, digging through the burn barrel, saving the day with the tech. Strikes out the side. So Hodson, again, good stuff. Just control issues in the first, rights the ship there in the second. Let's see if he's got enough gas to come out for a third inning. Second inning sponsor, again, Hail Tax Solutions. With tax season in full swing, heck, it's the bottom of the ninth. You know, it's pretty much the bottom of the ninth right now for tax season. So
with 2 outs,
got to give them 2 outs, 2 strikes.
Full
You got to
count.
get full count. You've already fouled a few off. Give Hail Tax Solutions International a call at 828-435-6082. Again, I can't stress the customer service enough. You go in there, they pour you a cup of coffee, they figure out what you got to do, how to save you money. Bookkeeping services, consulting, repping you on the audits if you need it. Again, personal, corporate, trust, estates, all sorts of tax returns. I've been doing it since 1997, so make sure you give Hail Tax Solutions. They're former IRS agents. They know how to play the game right. Now, does it automatically jump over to Wi-Fi when you unplug that? Or?
That's the beauty of this thing. In between changing it out, but we're good now.
Gotcha.
I'm going to let it charge up a little bit, and honestly, this is a good test to see how this thing actually does, because we used it the entire time at Tuscola, and it was a good stream.
Charging okay?
Charging fine.
Okay.
I wish we could, have that thing.
Well,
we'll have it on Friday.
My bad.
No, you're good. It was my fault because I forgot to charge all the phones and the iPad.
Number 6, Blue Devils, Grant Buchanan.
It's funny getting that phone in today. Just so y'all know, we're buying these phones off of eBay. They're iPhone 12s. We kind of did the research. We only need the camera. The cameras are fine. You get them, it's like you don't know where they're coming from. Like they're coming in with like Japanese writing on them when you first turn them on, but then you reset the phone, just clear everything, pretty much set it for the camera, and you're good to go. Still a pretty good investment, even though they're refurbished, but it's better than buying like new stuff, new iPhones for the same camera essentially. So second inning here, back of the top, Grant Buchanan started the bottom of the first with a walk, came around to score. Let's see if that one squeaks through the middle. It does. So CNI single, base hit. Buchanan has reached base as a leadoff twice in the game. That brings Jordan Brown to the plate. Jordan going to be a big part of our Legion team again this year. Again, Legion tryouts were completed this past weekend. The 18-man roster will be announced soon. Definitely some tough cuts. That was the sad part. I was talking to Coach Lindsay, Coach Decker, some of the other Legion coaches. They had to cut 11 college commits. They had to cut players that made the team last year. Only one underclassman made it. So it just shows you there's a need for Post 77 to open back up, a need for Haywood County Legion to open back up, a need for Junior Legion. But in the meantime, Senior Legion is a freaking Western North Carolina all-star team, and it's going to be fun to watch. So we're hoping we can do that broadcast as well this year. We're trying to raise sponsorship money for it now. So local businesses, hit us up and learn about our Legion sponsorship packages. There's a percentage of that revenue that's going directly back, donated to the American Legion. Looking for veteran-friendly businesses in the Western North Carolina region. Again, you got players representing Brevard High School, Tuscola High School, West Henderson, East Henderson, Asheville High School, AC Reynolds, Irwin, Inca, North Buncombe. So a lot of talent coming in. T.C. Robertson. So again, Perry here, not a hard thrower. Fastball there. I don't know if that's fastball or curve. It's registered at 66. That's ball 4. And again, when you don't have the high velo, a lot of times you can get into a habit of trying to nibble. But I think in a game like this, you've got to play to contact a little bit. Let those guys play behind you. So 2 base runners here for the Blue Devils. Nobody retired. Comfortable weather. We'll see what happens if the sun starts to dip. Pick off a 10th second. That's going to go out in center field. Let's see if both runners can move up. They will. So E1 on the throw there allows both runners to move up.
Yeah, great drive over the mountain. Came down Lake Falls into Crab Creek. That route, gravel roads looking good post-hurricane about 6 months ago. And put the windows down as it came across.
I mean, it's been an exhausting spring. Everyone's feeling it, coaches, players, parents. But I have really enjoyed the Crooked Road, like going to all the little neighborhoods, seeing just about every spot Western North Carolina has to offer, some places I've never been before. Very excited for next week. We added a game. We had to drop Monday because of the weather. We were going to watch Gaston Christian and ACA. They rescheduled for Friday. We're already scheduled, so we dropped that game. The one we're going to pick up, it may not sound thrilling, but I think it's going to be worth the time. It's going to be Freedom at Mitchell. It's April 16th. Mitchell playing good baseball. Strong sophomore core. Hearing a lot about A.J. Mackey. Talked to Coach Jennings a little bit today. Jennings Green. I think that's his name. I got to go back and check. But he's excited to have us up. Again, I think it's Jennings Green. I think is the coach's name. But Freedom actually has some really good players, too. Caden Michaels, I think is the name. There's a really strong, powerful prospect there. It's kind of like the future small school battle, which I shouldn't say small school because Freedom's in that Northwestern 3A, 4A split. Well, 3 straight walks, and Coach Alm says it's time for a change.
Well, it's also time to mention our broadcast sponsor, CamWood Bats, located in Haywood County, a place we've been last Friday. But serving baseball and softball players across our nation. Get your game bats, trainers, tees, tutorials, and more available for purchase at www.camwoodbats.com. As part of our partnership with CamWood, make sure to use that coupon code on your screen. It is BBUWNC for a 10% discount on all purchases through their website. Thank you to CamWood for being the premier broadcast sponsor of the Baseball University of the Blue Ridge, Western North Carolina High School Scout and Streaming Series. Wow, that's a mouthful.
Well, I spoke too soon. It was a single and 2 walks in the inning because Jordan Brown walked, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so a single, 2 walks, bases loaded, all those runners responsible for Perry. In the meantime, he is – because the Coleman-Smith one, 2 scored on that, so that's technically unearned. So 4 runs right now, 2 earned. We'll see if that changes. No strikeouts allowed. Actually, there was no hits in that first inning. That single was the only hit that he allowed. So kind of an odd line. We'll see how it plays out. The one error behind him on the play at first there is really what hurt him. Again, 2 of those runs unearned. But we'll see because now Noah Harden into the game. He's going to have to try to figure out how to sneak out of this one with the bases loaded. Noah Harden has actually been Polk's best pitcher. I was looking at their statistics on Max Preps. Leads the team in innings, averaging about a K per inning.
Shout out to Coach Allen for putting his stats on Max Prep.
Yeah, a lot of coaches do not put their stats on Max Prep. I'll be honest, I don't. I wouldn't. I don't want other coaches knowing who my contributors are.
So what do you think about stats in MLB and college then? Just being so accessible. It's accessible everywhere else. Why not high school?
Until they make it a rule, people are going to bend them. TC Rock.
look at
Oh,
here.
okay. So Buchanan falls down again. So falls down at third. That ends up starting the rundown. Falls down in the rundown. So that is 2 to 5 to 2, I believe, on that put out. So 2-5-2. Jordan Brown moves up to third, and Braylon Thompson. Oh, Braylon Thompson does not move up. What you doing over there, bub?
Watching.
Well, again, Braylon, very good athlete, but this might be what Coach Lindsay is saying is raw, maybe still learning some nuances of the game. So first and third situation, maybe a good time to send the runner.
He does.
Oh, so there's a little bit of a stutter step there. Ball bounces away. That's going to be an E2 on the throw. Thompson looking over his shoulder. Again, great athlete. Little nuances. Just put your head down and run. No need to look back. So stolen base for Thompson. He's going to go to third on the E2. Brown scores on the E2. So a bit sloppy, but turning back into a ball game here. We're in a save situation per se. Harden going to be working through the windup now. Good curveball.
Good spinner right there.
Now can play for Blue Devils, number 2, Liam McCreary.
Okay.
So even though it was an unearned run, it's going to be tabbed on to Perry's line. So 5 runs, 2 unearned. Say Thompson down there still belongs to Perry as well.
Checking in on my alma mater. 16-2 final over Presbyterian. Get a big bounce back win after getting swept by eventual number 2 Texas.
I like Presbyterian.
Weekend.
I talked to Coach O'Neill yesterday for a while about a couple of our prospects. There's a single, and that's going to score Thompson. So RBI single by Liam McCreary. I like McCreary. Very good athlete. He's one that we're going to have to keep an eye on here for some of you coaches out there. Good athlete, wiry kid, playing shortstop today. So that one will be an earned run, I suppose. So 3 earned runs, 6 total now. And if I have a game changer, it's always the best way to figure it out when it starts getting sloppy.
Mm-hmm. Let's go get sloppy today, that's for sure. Yeah, Presbyterian close to home for me. My grandfather played baseball, basketball, and football there back in the day.
Ooh.
Go Blue Hose.
Swing. Oh, with the runners going, that actually puts them in a position to pick the ground ball that had single written all over it off the bat. So it's going to be a fielder's choice for put out on his own. But, man, hit the ball pretty good there. It's just trying to play the small ball and it backfires on you.
Yeah. Well, I want to thank our travel sponsor this evening, Baird Wealth Management, for sponsoring the time that Baseball University puts towards traveling. We encounter a lot of expenses throughout the spring, including gas, food, and in some cases lodging. So we appreciate Baird Wealth Management and the guys and gals over there for sponsoring our travel today. Short travel, but they're local, we're local, and we appreciate it.
It's an hour drive from me.
It feels short because
Shorter.
you're just used to it because we're in the foothills a lot.
Yeah, well, what do we got? Friday, we're driving up to Marshall to see Madison and Drone. I'm really excited for that one. Going to be back in the box with Camacho.
We'll open that program up and tell us about our third inning sponsor.
Well, American Legion Baseball just had their tryouts. The team has been decided. The schedule is in place. You need to get out and watch. So American Legion Baseball, it's been around for a long time. I want to say 1922? Hold on, I got it. American Legion was founded and organized in 1919. Since that time, the American Legion has touched virtually on every facet of American life, fulfilling its main objective of service to the community, state, and nation. So that's the main goal. And right now they are looking for members. So if you're a veteran in the Asheville area, please look into joining Post 70. They need your help, and they've done a really good job raising money. Let's see, last year, needy children and families received more than $6.9 million in cash and gifts from American Legion. Legion Post provided over $2 million in emergency aid to veterans last year. Deserving high school students were awarded $2.5 million in college scholarships. So keep an open mind to that, Western North Carolina prospects.
Great organization.
Get with the Legion about some scholarship money.
Talked to those guys the other day over at Legion tryouts, and there's some great guys. We're hoping we can get out there and broadcast, but we need your help.
So leading off, number 9 hitter Cooper Mayer reached on an error, hits a soft roller to second base, picked up by Buchanan, and that'll be an easy out. 4-3 retired, brings the top up, and that's Gunner on. Gunner right now 1 for 1, had the 2 RBI double, walked in the first inning, hit a 2 RBI double in the first inning. So here he is in the third now with his third trip to the plate. Hodgson's still in there for the Blue Devils dealing. He's got a much closer score now, 8-6. Swing, and there's a drive to left center field. Let's see if that gets over the head of the outfielder. And that ball is gone. Home run. Funny, we ran into Gunner before the game, and I told him, I said, I hope I'm not your Achilles. I feel like every game I show up, you have an offer. Why don't you hit 4 home runs a day and just slice it all around the field? He's got a double over the center fielder's head, and he hits a home run over the left fielder's head. So I think he's trying to prove something to us today.
That ball got out quick. That was on a frozen rope. Haven't seen a ball get out that quick in high school in a while.
That's a good piece of hitting there, too. I like how he doesn't try to do too much, just stayed behind it, barrel through the zone for a while, promotes the backspin, lofts it out.
It's a gap to gap, and I was right there in the middle of the gap, and it just so happened to carry out. What you got on that sign out there? 320, I think?
320.
So that ball was a frozen rope
and
at
again,
about 335.
That's probably a double or triple at North Henderson, but
it's off the wall.
And a lot, yeah, I was going to say, it's just one of those things where it don't matter. No one's catching that ball, no matter what stadium you're in. It's just a matter of where's the fence.
If that's in North Henderson, Gunner's on third.
Yep. Carson Scruggs up. Had the RBI double in the first, flew out to end the first. So exciting baseball game now, 6-9. The insurance run tabbed on by Gunner Alm there.
I put that down in the highlights, and it's almost filling up this first page, but I wrote it down as G-bomb.
So ball 4 there. Keeps the inning rolling here with 1 out. Alex Perry up. Alex 0 for 0 with 2 walks. Pinch runner the courtesy runner for him. Edwards done pretty solid for him. Scored 2 runs. Here comes Coach Will Lindsay. Let's see if there's a pitching change coming.
Well, you want to...
Might just be asking, like, what do you got left in the tank? Because he's thrown a lot. Well, good time to tell you. We've selected this week's Poppy's Handcrafted Popcorn Player of the Week. It is Amos Rich. We saw him on Friday up there at Pisgah Tuscola, but it was on Tuesday where he struck out 19 Pisgah Bears in a complete game 1-hitter. 0 earned runs. Absolutely pumped up in the game. That picture you see of him is actually him coming off of the mound in that game. If you know much about mountain baseball, then you know about Tuscola Pisgah and just that rivalry. So he was very amped up. It was very much a statement game. Put his hitting highlights on there too. 3 for 8, had a run, 3 walks, 2 Ks, nothing super fancy, but enough to make note of. There's a lot of great nominations last week. No hitter thrown by Maddox McCree of Hickory in 5 innings. No hitter by Micah Simpson thrown in 5 innings. Yeah, just great games from a lot of people, but I can't stress enough 19 Ks. And he had it popping that day. So Poppy's Popcorn, again, we thank them for their sponsorship. The Poppy's Handcrafted Popcorn Player of the Week. And my God, is that delicious popcorn. So we'll be sending Amos a bag of the Asheville mix here this week. Got to drop those in the mail. Still got to get Brandon Washington his and JT Smith his as well. Got their certificates printed and ready to go.
I want to detail, now that we have 4 full camera angles, we can show you a quad box up here. Upper left, camera 1, wide angle. Upper right, camera 3 today, looking over right field. Bottom left, camera 2, looking over left field in the infield. And bottom right, camera 1, getting a good little pick off between the mound and first base. So excited to have 4 cameras out. Maybe we'll get 5 one day. Who knows? This is making it fun to play around with, get you some good angles, get you some good fielding opportunities. Let you college coaches and fans just see a quality high school game from other than the one camera angle behind home plate.
So Hodgson, 2 1/3 innings, gives up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 runs, 7 earned, though, I believe. Or no, 9 runs, 8 earned. This is a freshman here coming into the game. Derek Finney just called up from JV, so comes into a tight game, and we'll see if maybe the moment's maybe he's too big for the moment, or maybe hopefully the moment's not too big for him. So Hodgson's still responsible for the runner out there at first. 2 1/3 worked. Collected 1, 2, 3 Ks. Walks were the name of the game for Hodgson today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 walks on the day. 1, 2, 3. Yep, 5 walks. That's the killer.
Yep.
We saw it in that West Henderson game too. Duncan Carver, 0 walks. I think West had 8 that night. Perry swings, ground ball to third. Nice little pick by Robinson. Throws it back across for the double play. So the 5 to 4 to 3 ground into the double play. And man, oh man, that's what the Blue Devils needed. So Finney comes in and gets the job done. And that sends us to the bottom of the third. That's, again, our third inning sponsor, American Legion Post 70. Again, with tryouts over, now it's more about focusing on helping American Legion. Again, they're always working in the community. They've worked with a lot of different organizations to try to raise money. Local charity campaigns have received, I think, over $12.5 million in donations last year. Not this one, all local legions, I believe. But Legionnaires across the country are always donating their time, money. They're looking for new members. So if you are a vet, please think about joining Post 70 American Legion. And if you're interested in watching Legion play on the live stream this year and you're a local business or organization, please call us and talk to us about our sponsorship packages. We're really excited to cover the team. I think they got a chance to play in Shelby this year in the playoffs and maybe make a run at the World Series. Just really excited to see what that team can turn into. And like I said, kind of a heartbreaker for some kids. 11 cuts that were college commits. Those kids need to look into the men's adult league. The Western North Carolina Youth League, I think, runs a men's league. And they're starting 2 collegiate teams. And it's one of those things, there's just more demand. There's more good players than there are spots on that Legion team right now. So hold your heads up high. If you didn't make it, you're good ball players. It's just a testament to how good the baseball is and also the need for more American Legion opportunities, whether it's through the different posts opening up their baseball teams or starting Junior Legion next year. So Andrew Gorman here to lead off for the Blue Devils. Andrew, the sophomore, flew out to center field his first time up. That was the one that Gunnar Arm caught and let everybody know that he's got a throwing arm. Kept everybody in place. But 9-6. There's a drive. It's going to hang up, though, for the left fielder. Who is that out there? Jarrett in left field makes the play.
All right, Coleman, let's go back.
Coleman Smith. Coleman reached on the E1 in the first inning. I think it was a good toss to Perry. Perry just whiffed on it. So it was an E1. Coleman, a senior, playing left field this evening. Takes a curveball for a strike. Again, Noah Harden's been Polk's #1 this year. Comes in relief here. Coach probably said, we're just going to get this W. We're going to throw our best pitcher out there and battle. So is that up on the
think that's up near the greenhouse back there. Could be in near that bus.
Coach Lindsay last time we were here was bragging about how many, or not bragging, but just talking about all the baseballs that are up on the roof he's got to go retrieve after every game.
Well, no finals yet for many teams in our coverage area, but a lot of games going on in the early slate this afternoon on a Tuesday.
That's the bummer about a 5 o'clock game is we don't get to talk about all the backwards K there. We don't get to talk about all the other games, but yeah, Noah coming into this game, he's thrown 28 2/3, struck out 28, rocking a 2.44 ERA, 4-1 on the bump in 6 appearances. So definitely their go-to. Perry, second on the team in innings. Nice pick there at first base by, is that Jackson? Yep. So 5-3 ends it there. That was Gus Robertson trying to beat that one out.
I want to thank our home team sponsor this evening, Builders First Source. At the heart of every construction project is quality, reliability, and expertise. Builders First Source delivers just that, providing top-notch building materials and manufacturing services across the United States. From lumber and roofing to windows and doors, we support contractors, builders, and homeowners with unmatched product selection and industry-leading expertise. Whether you're working on a small renovation or a large-scale build, Builders First Source is dedicated to helping turn your dreams into a reality. Appreciate Builders First Source being a home team sponsor for these Brevard Blue Devil prospects. I want to thank our away team sponsor, Jay's Lawn Service and Landscaping. Their Facebook and phone number and email are on your screen along with their website. They're a member of the Hendersonville Home Builders Association. They are NCMA and ICPI certified. They're licensed chemical applicators, now offering installation of concrete walls, foundations, and slabs. They do residential and commercial properties, outdoor living areas, water features, irrigation, installation, and repairs, if you already have it, landscaping, landscape lighting, free consultations, interlocking concrete pavers, retaining walls, stonework, annual chemical contracts, and landscape design and construction. Appreciate Jay's Lawn Service and Landscaping for being our away team sponsor for these Polk County Wolverine prospects as we head to the 4th inning. Brought to you by Hauling Solutions and Grading. Andrew Casoria over at Hauling Solutions and Grading. He's a busy man right now, but he's doing a lot of good things for our community. Getting all the dirt, rock, topsoil, culvert replacement. He's got dump trucks large and or small enough to fit your job. So appreciate him for being the sponsor of the 4th inning.
Well, kind of looking back again at those keys to the game. First, we're going to see Mason Byler lift one to center field. It's hauled in by Andrew Gorman out there. But one of the keys of the game is big-time prospects need to show up in a small school setting, and Gunnar Alm has sure done that today. Say Jordan Brown still going to have his turn as well in a very close game here. So now with some new arms in, we'll see if they can fill the zone a little bit more. Nice start here by the freshman Finney with the ground ball double play to end the 3rd. And I guess that's a foul ball here, up and in. Hits the handle.
Looking at the scoreboard, I just happened to see my dad's alma mater, Harlem, ranked 11th in the nation. They're on the road to Effingham County this evening. Go Bulldogs. Good luck, Coach Lewis and the boys down there. On the road to, I think, a 3-peat.
Now, how do the divisions work down there?
So Georgia is very similar to North Carolina now, going into next year. I think they're at they were at 8A, and I think they dropped to 6A, I believe. So trying to keep them closer as some of the population thins out in certain areas. Don't have as many big schools, and you want to put the percentages of schools together. But same type of thing. However, their playoffs are a lot differently than ours. They play 3-game series throughout the playoff the entire time. There's 32 teams in each division. So you're playing at most, was that 15 games in the playoffs?
Shoo.
So on top of that, you're playing around usually 30 regular season games. But that's just how baseball is down there, where you have more time. The weather's better, but they play 3-game series throughout. And I know in most of the classifications they pair you up. So say your Region 1 number 4 team will be playing the Region 4 number 1 team, and the 2 from Region 4 will be playing the 3 from Region 1, and so on and so forth. And there's 8 regions per classification. It's a lot different in here.
Say a lot of spinning. Velo's about 68, 70. So that's kind of where we are in the small school game here. Again, a freshman. Best thing he can do is just keep trying to fill it up here and mix. Keep those Blue Devils in the game here. I'm a little weary to use the Starlink with it, or use the radar gun next to the Starlink today. So
you're good. I definitely don't think that is the reason, as we were here the last time.
So Hensley here, swing and a miss. The curveball, so nice job here by Finney. Mixing and matching. I'll bring Noah Hard in the plate. A walk and a K for the young man. He's on the bump now.
Well, Polk was off last week. Been on spring break, no game scheduled. But their last game was March 27th at home versus Mountain Heritage, who they defeated 10-4. On the flip side, the Blue Devils had a full slate last week. Split the series with Hendersonville, 12-2 win at home on Tuesday, and then on Friday at Hendersonville, 7-6 loss.
Yeah, 56 on the curveball. I mean, he's definitely flipping it in there. Nice effort by Jordan Brown.
I love seeing him. I do want to see him lose that mask, though.
Yep, flip the mask.
You just got to throw that thing out of there. Brevard also battled in that 9-8 loss to West Henderson. Came back scoring, what was that, 5 runs, I think, in the bottom of the 7th?
Yep, I know Coach Lindsay wants to win one of those because that's his alma mater.
Well, he's got a chance this week. They play him tomorrow over on Haywood Road, 7 o'clock.
Strike 3. Nice job by the young man mixing and matching. Yep. Again, he's going to have to figure out his pitchers. Heard today again, Hunter Mason, very talented freshman. He's going to be missing some time, trying to figure out his elbow. He's got to get to the doctors. Hopefully no surgery, but, again, it's just an arm thing from high school all the way up to pro ball right now. Is just trying to figure out how to take care of arms. 4th inning sponsor, Hauling Solutions and Grading. Again, Andrew Casoria, owner of Hauling Solutions and Grading, is a guy to call for any kind of gravel, dirt, rock, topsoil, and more delivered to your home, business, or job site. It's spring. It's project season. I've seen a lot of people out still cleaning up their yards from Helene. A lot of people trying to get their gardens going. People redoing their driveways. So if you're in Henderson County, Transylvania, Buncombe, just the general Western North Carolina region, make sure you get with Andrew Casoria for all your hauling and grading needs. Well, nice job by the young kid Finney to come in and keep Polk at bay. Noah Harden doing the same for the Wolverines since he's entered the game. So the relief pitchers have not given up any earned runs yet. You're going to have the top of the lineup due up here for the Blue Devils, Buchanan, Brown, Thompson. Again, a lot of interesting youth coming up through the lineup here. Buchanan's a kid I know wants to play in college. Interesting, versatile left-handed hitter. Jordan Brown, we know he's going to USC Aiken. Thompson, very raw, very athletic. Still learning the game a little bit, but definitely worth taking the time to learn as a prospect. It's just a matter if he's going to pursue football or baseball. Hodgson, he's a senior, but he's firm. He's out of the game now as a pitcher, but, he's 80-82. McCrary, he's picked up 2 RBIs tonight. So Powell, Gorman, a lot of guys are coming back next year in this lineup.
Brevard took the first one this year. It was a non-conference matchup over at Polk, 6-5. Had a little tournament. Rosman and Irwin were there. Brevard got 2 big wins over there. One against the Wolverines and one against the Irwin Warriors. A good win for them over a 3A school.
Say Rosman, the other Transylvania high school, been struggling. Small school. Buchanan is out by an eyelash. Good hustle. So 4-3, 1 out, brings Jordan Brown up. This is a good time for a big swing from Jordan Brown to try to make a dent in this 3-run lead. Again, Brevard behind as many as 8 at one point. Clawed back within 3 now.
See if they can continue this win streak over the Wolverines. They're on a 4-game win streak, and they've won 5 out of the last 6. So Brevard dominating the series with the Wolverines as of late. That's a fair ball.
That's a fair ball. We might have extra bases here. Jordan Brown. Take Jordan Brown into second base with a double.
At the plate, number 4.
So that's what they were needing from the big bat, something to get going. So now Braylon Thompson up. Braylon has walked both times, scored 2 runs, has a stolen base.
You know what we need? We need a facts of the series thing that we can throw on here, another graphic.
One day. I get frustrated at the pace sometimes, but I also look back at last year's broadcast and just think, like, it's gotten a lot better.
Well, it's cool to get a detail of this stuff, like getting to research these things. A lot of these games, like I've been to, I don't know how many different matchups in West North Carolina in my lifetime. This might be my first Brevard Polk matchup, but Brevard leading the series 13-4, dating back to the March 10th, 2008 game. Got him on a swing there, I think. Not a traditional conference matchup for these two schools either. They've been in conference since 2022 in the realignment. But before that, there was, I think, a 4-year gap where they didn't play each other, and they played in the past, I guess,
this
under
will also
different
be
coaches.
their last year in the same conference. Next year, Brevard joining the Mountain 7 teams to be a Mountain 8, and Polk is joining. I'd have to go back and look. They might be joining some of those. They're not joining the Rutherford County teams, right?
I don't think
I don't
so.
think they're in that conference. It's going to be a smaller conference than that. Swinging a drive. That ball's going to get down. They're going to send Jordan Brown. Throw comes in on the cut. Jordan Brown is safe. So RBI single by Braylon Thompson. So it's some timely hitting here in the 4th inning. Brings the Blue Devils within 2. Tyler Hodgson to the plate. Oh, never mind. Hodgson out, Finney in. That's right. So pitcher for pitcher is how it works. Now with 1 out, and if he's a JV guy traditionally, not a bad time to ask him to bunt. Oh, could be a double play here. Picked by Perry, thrown across. Actually, I'm sorry. That's who do we got at shortstop? Is that Fagan? I believe that's. Nope, that's Mark Jarrett that's moved to third, it looks like. Or, excuse me, moved to shortstop. I mean, it's Fagan out in left field now. So Jarrett on the fielder's choice records an out. So 6-4 in the fielder's choice. Finney down to first. Not pinch running for the pitcher. McCrary is going to send a single through the 5-5 hole, first and second. So good game here for McCrary. 2 for 2, 2 RBIs. That brings Carter Powell to the plate. Carter is 0 for 1, had the RBI walk in the first inning. Fielder's choice in the second to end that inning. So Carter Powell, younger brother to Lawson Powell. Again, had a big game last week in, oh, golly. He went 3 for 4 against, who did they play last week again in your notes?
Hendersonville and West.
I want to say it was Hendersonville. He was 3 for 4.
That 12-2 win?
I believe so.
That was on Tuesday, April Fool's Day.
Again, I want to say I've seen him on the nominations for the Times Player of the Week. So Harden makes a move to second, no throw.
Not in our coverage area, but Metro lineup bounced back 10 over Southlake Christian.
Oh,
booted it in second. Runs coming around third. In standing up to cut it to a 1-run deficit.
So that ball had a little bit of English on it, but it's going to be an E4 in the book. It's Finney that comes around to score, and McCrary makes it to third. So nice base running by the Blue Devils to make sure they're taking the extra base. And as Hunter said, it's a one-run game. Andrew Gorman up, 2 flyouts. First and third here. 1 out, 2 outs.
9-8.
I'll tell you, I'm looking back here, covering the runner. Man, Gorman's got a little speed. Not a bad idea for a 2-out bunt, like safety squeeze. Especially he's put the ball in the air twice today already. Third baseman's about even with the bag. First baseman's covering the bag, hold the runner. We'll see. Might not need to. Falls behind 3-0. Coleman Smith on deck. Robinson, the 9-hitter in the hole. You give him green light here? Just make it interesting. Everything's been up, so maybe he locates a fastball at the top of the zone he can jump on. It's a good take. So
Yeah,
3-1.
it's not his pitch. You can tell.
All right, Andrew, let's go, babe.
Say a few more fans filing in now that,
Workday's over.
Workday's over. Swing, foul ball. So line drive in the foul territory down third base line. So who's playing in the stadium? Soccer? Would that be girls' soccer? Because men's soccer's in the fall, girls in the spring in North Carolina.
I think that's it. It's been a minute since I've paid attention to high school soccer.
Ooh, that's off the hands, and that's as good as a bunt potentially. They're going to bounce the throw. Gorman's going to be safe. Give him a single. Look at the replay. We need to see.
Have to check. Yeah, we'll have to check over that.
That's a tie ball game, folks.
So McCrary comes in to score the tying run.
Yeah, you heard the PA announcer. 9-all here in the fourth.
Say Powell kept running all the way to third. We're going to let Hunter decide. I think he has him on a good throw, though.
I like rewarding guys with speed like that. Give him a hit.
Okay.
There's a ball in a gap. Does it hang up? No, it does not. Run comes in. Round second, coming through third. Coach holds him up.
Good job! Good job, Coleman!
Coleman Smith with the double.
Gus Robinson.
Hey, Gussers, let's go!
Way to go, Coach Sally.
So Powell comes in from third on the double.
Rob! Woo!
Second and third now. 2 outs still. Say 1, 2, 3 runs in with 2 outs here in the fourth inning, and Brevard has taken the lead 10-9. So this has turned into a much more interesting game than we thought. After falling behind 8-0, they are now
I had no
up
doubt.
10-9. So Gus Robinson up. There's a swing and another base hit single. 1 run is in. Here comes Smith. Both are in on the RBI single by Gus Robinson. So we'll see if Polk can match him in the back and forth here.
Number 6, Greg Buchanan.
So Gus Robinson, the senior, in the 9-hole. Big swing for the 25 grad. And the Blue Devils have batted around for a second time in this game. Say Buchanan up now. He started this inning off with a ground ball out to second base. Oh, and that's a nubber. Let's see if this turns into an out. He's going to bounce the throw. He is safe. He was already going to be safe no matter what. So that's a infield single. Robinson. Now, was that double? That was a single for Robinson. Infield single. Or no?
Number 11, Jordan Brown.
It's a single down the left field
No,
line.
single down left field line. That's right. Infield single by Gorman. So first and second here now with 2 outs. And JoJo Brown, which we were talking about earlier, big fish in the small school pond. Let's see if they can do something loud. Ooh, that ball looked like it could have been hit pretty hard.
You take that to the bathrooms out there in left, right center. You put that almost at the football scoreboard. Look at the wind blowing that way, too, the American flag in center field. I put that in the right center gap all day.
Nice spinner. Say Brown knew he had that pitch to hit, too.
He must want something he can pull. I don't blame him the way the last few hits have gone.
Say currently 1 for 2, scored 2 runs. He had the double in the 4th inning, this inning. That's a fair ball. So a nice piece of hitting finally placed in the right field. He's going to keep going, and he's going to make it to third base with the bases clear and triple.
Man, I'm just writing highlights down this entire thing. I have to get another page.
So Buchanan scores all the way from first base.
Braylon Thompson.
That's a 2 RBI triple.
What is that, up to
Jordan
14
Brown.
now? 14 to 8? 14 to 9?
14 to 9.
Jordan Brown?
Big hit. So we talked about Alm and Brown in the pregame and the keys to the Montague Fleet keys to the game, just how these big-time players got to shine in a small school game. So running for the catcher here.
Number 23.
This is going to be Cameron Swangham, courtesy runner. So Braylon Thompson, he had an RBI single in this inning. 1 for 1 with 2 walks. Kind of has that like very subtle or very deliberate, just quiet, almost like Babe Ruth stance. You know, just kind of like, I'm just standing here with the bat, very calm, like.
Yeah, not a lot of wobble in it or waggle.
Say more rhythm in the hands than anything else.
I do like how these Brevard Blue Devil batters are seeing some pitches, getting into deep counts, making the Polk pitchers throw the ball more, and then taking it oppo taco.
7 runs scored with 2 outs here for the Blue Devils.
I wonder why it took so long.
Another full count.
I wonder why.
So I might have to
I'll put my money on an oppo taco ball right here into the left center gap.
say a big old gap there. Say Alm playing shallow in center. Left field shaded a little bit towards the line. So I might have to run out and grab my sweatshirt here in a little bit. Left it in the truck. Say sun's starting to dip behind the school here.
Yeah.
You can start to see some shadows coming on the field on the first base, right field side. Ground ball, middle again. Thompson can run. See if he can make it. And it's going to be an E6 on the throw. Thompson back to first base. Now, do you want to look at the replay? Say, slow roller. He's running hard, but I want to say that's probably an E6. So, pinch runner Swangham's going to come in to score. No RBI on the play.
Oh, I thought it was center field.
And it's been unfortunate because a lot of slow rollers, a lot of like routine ground balls. There's been some errors in this inning.
A little sloppy from the Wolverines.
Say definitely turned into a football score, 15-9.
5 field goals to 3 field goals. Kickers are happy.
Say
Kickers are athletes. Pitchers are athletes.
touchdown and a 2-point conversion and 3 field goals.
Good play by Coach Lindsay in the box. See that PFP over there. Teaching these guys right.
So this is Finney. He is the he was the relief pitcher for Hodgson. Had a fielder's choice his first time up in this inning. He was one of the recorded outs. Hangs the curveball there. There's a lot of pitches thrown in this game so far.
Oh, it's got to be over 200 by the end of it.
Say breeze has died down just a little bit. Swing, and there's another single. Thompson going to try to make the third. He's going to be safe, and on the backside, Finney takes the extra base as well. Nice job by Thompson taking the extra base initially.
So how many unanswered runs is that?
So they last scored in the top of the third. So the Blue Devils have scored. They didn't score in the third. So it's unanswered only because it's only been a half inning. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 runs in the inning.
9 runs, wow.
2 outs. Again, 8 of those runs scored after 2 outs.
Coach is out to talk to his pitcher. Give it a good time to mention our Patreon. I want to help support Baseball University of the Blue Ridge. Visit our Patreon at www.patreon.com/bbuniversitywNC. The more financial support Baseball University of the Blue Ridge can earn, the more coverage of West North Carolina baseball we can bring you, including the College Tour Series, the High School Scout and Streaming Series, American Legion Post 70 coverage, weekly media content, highlight films, and more. Choose which tier is right for you at www.patreon.com/bbuniversitywNC. And part of that content that I kind of been working on, a little side project, is projecting the playoffs. We're about halfway through the year. Ran some numbers, put into some Excel sheets, created some posts. Might throw those up on the Patreon for you guys to get early access to that.
There you go. Now we're thinking. Oh, so fastball up and into McCrary here. McCrary, 2 for 2, 2 singles. Got the RBI walk as well. So 2 ribs, 2 runs. Fouls one back into the screen here.
One of these days I'm going to catch one.
Well, it's getting sloppy here. Games like this make the CamWood Bats player of the game a tough one. We'll see. It's still a lot of ball game left in this football score. There's a pop fly, and this might finally be the third out. It is. Pops out to the second baseman, Perry.
Well, stay connected to Baseball University of the Blue Ridge across all of our platforms. Like and subscribe right now on our YouTube at www.youtube.com/@bbuniversitywNC. Like us on Facebook at Baseball University of the Blue Ridge. Follow us on X, formerly known as Twitter, and Instagram at @bbuniversitywNC. And check out our website at www.baseballu.org. Head into the fifth inning, brought to you by Nova Pitching Performance. Coach Anthony Payne over at Nova doing some great work. Worked with several West North Carolina pitchers in the last few years, helping them make their jumps. He uses data analytics, biomechanics, the things that I know and love. Anthony, if you're hiring, give me a shout.
I know he's trying to build his remote business too, so you don't necessarily have to be in the area. So high school and college players outside the region can definitely get with Nova Pitching and do remote work with Coach Payne as well. Check them out on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Some stats from that inning. 14 come to the plate. There's 2 errors in the inning. Let's see, 9 runs across. Let's see, how many hits? 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8 hits. 9 hits, including a triple and 2 doubles. Got to hand it to Harden, no walks, so he was definitely filling it up. It was just a matter of catching the ball behind him, some hard contact, some little fisted pitches that were swinging bunts, but now Polk's got to find a way back into this game after being ahead 8-0 after the first half of the first inning. So nice job by the Blue Devils not giving up, fighting all the way back. see Jarrett, Fagan, and Meyer, 7, 8, 9 here in the 5th. See the shade starting to creep towards the foul line.
Temperature drop as it went behind the school.
So I think in this half inning, I'm going to run out to the truck and get that sweatshirt. So, but yeah, that BBU Plus model is fun to work with this week. You saw AC Reynolds sneak back in at number 8, and people might be wondering, well, how does a 6-6 team that's 1-4 in conference sneak back in?
Well, they went 3-0.
3-0 against very good out-of-conference opponents. Apex Friendship, Hickory Grove Christian, and
West Henderson.
And beat West Henderson decidedly. So they just kind of showed who they were. Again, 2 of their losses in conference against TC. Everyone's losing to TC this year, it seems. Had some basketball players, right? We look at the opponent winning percentage. Ground ball to third here. Nice little backhand. Throws across. And does he get him on the tag? Yes, he does. So nice job by Carter Powell. Put the snap tag on from the throw from Robinson. So it's 5-3 in a book, but nice little pick on both sides there. Fagan now to the plate. 1 for 2. He had the 2-run single way back when in the first inning.
Got a nice errant charging cord in that view.
Uh-oh.
That's fine. It's plugged in. But yeah, check out this view.
Nice. Looks like you got him. That was a nice little slap tag. So here's Fagan again, the second baseman. He may have been moving around. Uh-oh, where's that? Which one's that at?
That's the cord for camera 2 in the view of camera 4.
There.
Nah, it's fine.
So who do we have batting here? Is this Fagan? Because this is a different number here. So is Fagan out? I had him as number 2. No, they're calling him Nate. Maybe I just wrote down the numbers wrong. Oh, call him on the K there.
Play number 24, Cooper.
Oh, it is 21. My bad. So it's Fagan. Well, 2 up, 2 down here, and the number 9 hitter, Cooper Mayer, the right fielder, up now. So I got to hand it to the freshman here, Finney, coming in and shutting it down. Maybe he's got to be in consideration for CamWood if he really shuts down here.
It's going to be in consideration for the gritty pitch.
Yeah, that's for sure. Because he's recorded 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 straight outs since coming into the game. Came in the top of the third, initiated an inning-ending double play. 1, 2, 3 in the fourth, fly ball KK. And now we have a ground ball and a K to start the 5th. So he's got a little bit of heaviness, a little bit of heaviness to the ball he throws. Again, he's young, so velo ain't necessarily there yet. Yeah, not a ton of velo, but it's working. I mean, I'm talking like 60s.
Wow. We had a guy like that on my team in high school. It was nasty, but it was like 63. But it was nasty, and nobody could hit it.
Yeah, 58 there. I guess that was a spinner. But, man, he's got him tied up. Wolverines are all tied up in knots. Like, they're hitting the kid throwing 80-82. And then you throw the kid in there throwing in high 60s for his fastball, spinning his curveball high 50s. He's cutting them up. He's retired. 8 straight. Oh, Coach Alm just thrown out of this game. Well, sometimes you just got to let it all air out. But while Coach Alm and the umpire have at it, we're going to go to our 5th inning sponsor, Nova Baseball. We like to pick a gritty pitch of the game in the name of Nova because they're all about the new school data with the old school grit. Gritty pitch, again, right Coach Alm's got an issue with it, but you got to have hats off to the young kid, Derek Finney, striking out 4 since coming into the game. That right there, that was his 8th straight out. So the strikeout to Cooper Meyer is our gritty pitch of the game. And again, for all you young pitchers, please get with Coach Payne. Teaches routines, the proper way to try to gain velo, learn how your body works. It's big in this game. Coaches need players that are physical, bringing the velocity to play at the high level. Make sure you check them out on all social media, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Well, bottom 5. Score is currently 15-9 Blue Devils. It's going to be Carter Powell, Andrew Gorman, and Coleman Smith up here in the 5th. And my scorecard is looking messy, so a lot of black diamonds on this piece of paper today. So 24 runs scored in the game. Noah Harden still in there.
Now the plate for Blue Devils, number 15, Carter Powell.
Powell 0 for 2, had an RBI walk, scored a run after reaching on an error in the 4th inning there. So a lot of issues with the strike zone today. If you're listening to the fans or Coach Alm, Coach Lindsay ain't saying much about it. He's just going to go ahead and keep shaking his pitcher's hand when he gets off the mound. So 3-0 count here. Say these Wolverines need to keep these innings quick right now and get their bats going because both teams have had scoring streaks. 9 in the 4th inning for Brevard. 7 in the 1st inning for the Wolverines. There's a ball in the hole, and again, that's going to take a big old dirty hop. So I guess we got to put that down as a single in the box. Can't put that really on the shortstop there.
Took a high hop.
Yep. Andrew Gorman coming to the plate now, 1 for 3. He had the sawed-off swinging bunt RBI single in the 4th inning. Say Gorman, high academic, playing center field this evening.
Remember when I told you when I seen your foot about when I had that on? Somebody
Back into the netting.
Now the plate number 1, Andrew Gorman.
You've already done it. I've seen another
Had 2 back-to-back games with some speakers that are busted.
Sounds like them Canham Yards speakers haven't been changed since the Oriole Park opened up in '92. Say, feels a bit nippy out. Feels almost like a fall day now. There's a spinner over the middle. So 0-2 here. Say Harden needs a ground ball double play ball here. Nice block up, but it's going to get – throws it down to second, and they're going to have him dead in the water. Yep, so caught stealing. Powell is dead at second. Got caught up in the dirt ball. So, again, sometimes if you're going to commit to the dirt ball, you just go once you see it hit that dirt, and you just go. But he got caught up in the middle. Byler makes a throw down. So, what is that, 2-6, I think, on the caught stealing. And now Gorman knocks one up in the air again. That's his 3rd fly out of the evening. Nice track by Alm out there in center field.
Number 3, Coleman Smith.
So after the leadoff single, the caught stealing and the fly ball puts us at 2 outs. Coleman Smith up hit the RBI double in the 4th inning there. He is 1 for 3. So nobody on. Harden's just got to focus on 1, 2, 3 now. Spins one in there for strike 1. Again, now this is getting back to that fleet keys of the game. If you're not throwing the heavy velo, just keep locating. Because, again, 70 miles per hour on the pitch there. Might have been a changeup. But all these relief pitchers, for the most part, have done a better job than the starters at filling the zone. So 71 on the fastball there is strike 3. All right, I'm going to run to the car real quick and grab me a sweatshirt.
And I'll do some ad reads. Want to thank CamWood Bats, premier broadcast sponsor located in Haywood County, by serving baseball and softball players across the nation. Get your game bats, trainers, tees, tutorials, and more available for purchase at www.camwoodbats.com. And as part of our partnership with CamWood, make sure to use the coupon code BBUWNC for a 10% discount on all purchases on their website. We'll also thank our travel sponsor this evening, Baird Wealth Management, sponsoring the time that Baseball University encounters with our travel expenses throughout the spring, including gas, food, in some cases lodging. They didn't really want to talk too much about themselves. They didn't send us a script, but we appreciate Baird Wealth Management. I know a couple guys who work there. They do great things. Mr. Craven over there, awesome guy. Former school board member in Henderson County, cares about high school athletics, definitely. So appreciate Baird Wealth Management for being our travel sponsor this evening as we head to the top of the 6, brought to you by House of Power. You're looking to take your game to the next level, House of Power is right for you. They're located in Mills River. Sheldon Reed is their founder. He's a former Clemson Tiger, Spartanburg Methodist, whatever their mascot is. Don't know it off the top of my head. And a former professional baseball player. I think he was with the Cubs and the Twins, maybe. He's doing some awesome things over there. All his socials, website, phone number, email are on the screen. Get with him and House of Power if you want to improve your power. Conveniently located in Mills River. And check them out online, hophendersonville.com. That is hophendersonville.com. Well, as we mentioned earlier, trying to do some playoff projections for you guys to see who might be in from other areas within the 2A, 3A, 1A, 4A West region of the state of North Carolina. And started with the 3A, then did the 2A, then worked our way back down to 1A, then ended with the 4A. And going to try to get those up on, as there's a strike, get those on to our socials and our Patreon here in the next couple days. But as Gunner puts that ball into the first baseman's glove but beats it out, that'll be an E3.
Sir.
Thank you. E3 there. Gunner grounded the ball into the first baseman's mitt, and he fielded it and then dropped it.
E3.
E3.
All right, where are we at? So we at the top.
Gunner takes second with ease, doesn't even slide.
So stolen base. All right, here we go. So Carson Scruggs up now. Carson is 1 for 2 at an RBI double and a walk.
Ooh. Yeah, talking about those playoff projections. Don't have the 3A or the 4A up on a graphic yet, and forgot to put the graphics up into our switcher. So no graphics for you today. You'll check them out on our Patreon if you subscribe. We'll throw them up on there. But can detail, however, where these two teams are for you. I know the Brevard faithful and Polk County faithful want to know where they think their teams will be playing come postseason. Personally, I've got, let's see, where is Brevard here? I've got Brevard at the 26th seed. Who would they be facing off with then? They'd be facing off against the 7th seed going to Randleman, who is currently projected to take the Piedmont Athletic 1A, 2A split conference. So, Brevard on the road. And then the 1A side for the Polk County Wolverines, they're projected to take their side of this conference, being the only team, and as long as they keep it above 500, they'll be the 8th seed, hosting Mitchell, the Mountaineers.
Yeah, we'll be seeing them soon.
Wait so long.
Robinson looks to run her back, throws the cross for the out.
Alex Perry.
Yeah, both teams safely into the playoffs right now, at least according to my projections.
With Alm out there in second, I know Robinson was trying to look him back as long as he could because he's going to be aggressive. He's an elite athlete out there. So I guess I don't know where Coach Alm went off to if he was thrown out of this game. Maybe we could text him and see if he wants to hop on the broadcast and talk about his experience. Alm's going to Garner's going to take third base there.
With ease. No throw.
Derek.
I say this Derek Finney kid's come in and just mixed and matched enough to keep him off balance. Again, not throwing terribly hard. Again, 60 on that. Just enough funk to keep the Wolverines off balance. But the key is he hasn't walked anybody yet. The first base runner was that E3. So still no hits, no walks. When he came into the game in the
dead ball.
Hit him?
Umpire calls dead ball, and a 3-2 count would have been ball 4 anyway, but he wears it like a...
So Finney comes into the game in the top of the third. Score at the time is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 to... So the score is 9-6 when Finney gets in. Just by throwing strikes and being competitive. It's ground ball to third, picked up by Robinson, thrown to second. Nice play by Buchanan. Back to first. What a double play. So second double play turn by the Blue Devils. That one again, 5-4-3. How about it? So as I was saying, since Finney's coming to the game, no runs allowed, and now the Blue Devils are leading. So 6-inning sponsor, House of Power. Are you looking to take your game to the next level? House of Power is a baseball, softball facility located in Mills River, North Carolina. If you're a baseball or softball player in Western North Carolina who wants to improve their skills and train like the best, check them out. House of Power is founded by former Clemson Tiger and professional baseball player Sheldon Reed. They offer one-on-one lessons for hitting, pitching, and catching, strength and conditioning programs to develop explosive power, facility membership so you can train on your own schedule, cage rentals for individuals and teams. They're conveniently located in Mills River, so check them out online at hophendersonville.com. Again, that's HOP for House of Power, hophendersonville.com. And as part of the partnership with House of Power, make sure to use the coupon code BBUWNC for a 25% discount on your first lesson.
Yeah, we got that coupon code up for you guys. Appreciate you, Sheldon. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're listening.
All right, so bottom of the sixth. I mean, the big swing of the game has been the Gunnar Alm home run. Jordan Brown with the triple is big too, but when you put one over the fence like that, that's your big swing of the game.
Oh, yeah, especially how fast it got out of here.
So heading into the bottom of the sixth now. Again, my scorecard looking all sorts of messy, especially with each team batting around a couple times. You're going to have Robinson and then back to the top in Buchanan and Brown. Good chance for them to tack on some insurance runs because after this inning, we're going into the top of the seventh, and Polk County's going to have to try to figure out a way to claw themselves back with one set of outs left to go. Man, who the heck is going to be the player of the game?
That's for me to
Jordan
know
Brown,
and you to find out.
I say Jordan Brown with a double and a triple on a walk. Braylon Thompson has had a good game. Man, the Finney kid is standing out too. I never thought in the beginning of this game it could be a pitcher, but it might end up being the Finney kid. Again, freshman. So here's a pop fly. Bermuda triangle over there, and that's going to drop in fair. And I guess, do we call that an E4?
E4.
So tough defense today for the Wolverines. Grant Buchanan, top of the lineup. Grant, 2 for 3 on the day. Yeah, it's going to be tough to figure this one out. We'll see here.
So we started at 5.
So swing and a pop fly. It's going to be in foul territory. Third baseman, I think that's Hensley, calls for it. So 1 out. So foul out to the third baseman. That brings Jordan Brown back up. So again, we talked about Jordan Brown, big fish, small pond. We'll see if he can continue to add to his stat line today. I think he scored 2 of the 3 runs that have been scored in his place. I think the last run that came in was the courtesy runner they put in for him. So Harden's still battling here, trying to keep his team in it.
Happy Chris Sale Day.
Is he pitching? Man, what a turnaround in that guy's career. He was on the junk pile, and then all of a sudden he's a Cy Young winner again.
Fixed him.
Right? What was there to fix? Was it a health thing? Or?
I don't know.
I don't know, Hunter. I'm
not a pitching expertise.
I think this, depending on who they send out there for the 7th inning, we might have to give it to the freshman. He's not tossing too hard, but he came in. He's just freaking.
How many RBIs Jordan have?
2.
2 with the double and a triple.
Yeah, he was the.
Who had the
1
most
out.
RBIs?
So I was gonna say, there's spread out a little bit.
There's the one. Deep left
Swing
field.
And a drive.
Going. Oh,
caught at the fence. He was like, I'll just make it easy for y'all.
Man, I wanted that to be my home run call.
Well, if it hits that out and they end up winning, then he probably does take it home.
Oh, man.
Number 4, Tyler Thompson.
We have 3 hitters with 2 RBIs.
I still like Brown's performance there, even with that ball. Got to reward speed around the bases. Got to reward extra base hits.
So his final line right now is 2 for 4 with a double, triple, 2 RBIs, the walk, 2 runs scored. I think it was 2 runs scored.
Ball gets away. Runner stays at first. I'm just switching.
Say Buchanan, he is
cameras.
2 for 4. Thompson is 1 for 2. Finney, 1 for 2 at the plate.
It's a team win.
McCrary, 2 for 3. Powell, 1 for 3.
How many RBIs does McCrary have?
2.
2.
Gorman, 1 for 4. Oh, that ball gets away. So
Runner's going.
is that on the pickoff throw? So E1. Right? Is that on the pickoff throw?
Yeah, I believe so.
Sorry.
I give it on the pitcher.
And then Coleman Smith is 1 for 4. Gus Robinson, 1 for 4. So yeah, it's not. And again, there's a lot of errors in that scorebook too. You know, we'll see. We'll see how things play out here. I just think after all that scoring, just come in right here and just.
What position did you play in college?
Me?
Yeah.
Pitcher
Yep,
and
that's
like
yep,
right
yep. That answers it.
third base a little bit, first base, right field. Well, it's also just what's significant in the game. You know, you come in, you walk nobody. You're behind. I want to say they were behind 9-6 when he came in. It just shuts them down, allows those guys to come back. Because it was in that fourth inning that they really charged back. So that's kind of the way to look at it too. Like what happened that triple was kind of like the big insurance run.
We'll see. It might mean something here.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Good battle here. Put another one on top of school.
I mean, Thompson for me, he's definitely a recruit. If he's willing to play baseball, like JUCO, small school, teach him how to play a little bit. He might be a guy that blooms late and is a really good college player. Again, good speed. Seems to have a knack for the strike zone, too. It's his third walk on the night.
That's play number 14, Derek Finney.
Well, Finney already has a single and a run scored. If he gets a hit here, he might say, like, hey, I did all today. I just got called up from JV and hoped to win a conference game. So Finney, first debut was in the fourth inning. Fielder's choice, came around to score a run. Then he hit a single in the fourth as well.
What was the request that? They ain't that good of a catcher.
Swing, pop fly in the middle of the field. Shortstop's out. Makes the catch. So no damage done with a few base runners. That brings us into the seventh inning.
Well, I want to thank our home team sponsor this evening, Builder's First Source, sponsoring the China Baseball University push towards marketing this game to coaches, pregame and editing, posting highlights for the Brevard Blue Devil prospects with their scrutiny counting content on social media for the coaches postgame. I want to thank our away team sponsor as well, Jay's Lawn Service and Landscaping, sponsoring the China Baseball University push towards marketing this game to coaches, pregame and editing and posting highlights for the Polk County Wolverine prospects with recruiting and scouting content on social media for the coaches postgame. Appreciate both of them for being our home and away team sponsors. As we head to the top of the seventh, brought to you by our favorite insurance agent, if I can find his thing, Chad McMahon, State Farm Insurance, proud sponsor of Baseball University. Just like your favorite baseball team, State Farm is here to knock it out of the park with great insurance coverage from home and auto to life and health. They've got the right coverage to protect what matters most to you. Give Chad McMahon a State Farm a call or send him a text to 828-452-0567. You can also feel free to stop by his office in Waynesville over in Haywood County. Working together with you, they'll make sure you have customized protection tailored to your individual needs with world-class local service. Chad McMahon, State Farm, here to help life go right. You know, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there, and Chad McMahon is a good neighbor.
Well, I'll tell you, Harden pitched well too. You know, I'm looking back at it. Like, he came in that second inning, got the final 2 outs, no earned runs. Worked a 1-2-3 third. The fourth inning just got away from everybody. You had errors in the inning. It was just a very ugly inning. He didn't walk anybody in that inning. Works a clean fifth. Works a clean sixth. So Harden pitched well. It's just that fourth inning, and they fell into the twilight zone when it came to trying to make a play and just, you know, seeing eye singles and nubbers that were swinging bunts. So here we are now in the seventh inning. Ever since Derek Finney came into the game in the third inning, he immediately got a double play, a 1-2-3 in the fourth, a 1-2-3 in the fifth. Had one base runner reach on an error in the sixth before another double play. So only one base runner reaches against him, and it was an error. So
big defensive night for the Blue Devils.
He's also collected 4 Ks and the 2 double play balls. So I like what I'm seeing from the young kid. Again, he's not lighting up the radar gun, but he did the job. Yeah, I mean, that was 59 on the gun there, right there. And it's just he's like, whatever, I'm spinning it enough. I'm mixing it enough, especially after coming in for Hodgson, who's throwing 80-82. Against 60, and he gets the strikeout. And he's only a freshman, right? Only a freshman here. So, I mean, and you see, like, kind of it's like the baby deer body, right? It's like, it's still lanky. It's still learning to move fast, but there's some heaviness to it. You can see more coming.
I think a better comparison might be a baby giraffe.
Yeah, he is. I mean, definitely got to get stronger. Definitely got to get with Anthony Payne, Nova pitching.
Yeah, dude, we got all the contacts. We got Anthony Payne. We got Sheldon Reed. We got great player development.
Yeah, but
in
the
Western North Carolina.
The kid wants to play. I mean, it's promising. Him and Hunter Mason, 2 young freshman arms. They're not losing a bunch of seniors. A lot of these kids are coming back next year for Brevard.
I'm excited to see Brevard compete next year in that Mountain 8.
Yep, that'll be interesting.
We used to play them back in conference, and then their ADM numbers dropped and ours grew, and now we're getting back together in conference foes with the West Henderson, North Henderson, East Henderson.
Yep, 61 on the pitch there, pops it up, had everybody off balance all gosh darn day. 0 hits. We're looking at 1, 2, 3. It's 4 2/3 innings.
Yeah. It's crazy. You attract pitchers, Ryan.
It's not even that. It's just like
you got a magnet or something. It's like good pitchers here. It's that radar guy.
It's just he created stability, man. I don't know. I dig it. 60.
You just got movement. It's dominant. It's location. It's composure.
That's the thing. He's just located, and it looks odd too. It's got a little bit of funk to it, He's got the long arm action. 65 there.
And this might sound like a crazy comp, but when he comes right there with that long arm action, who does that remind you of? What rookie pitcher last year does that remind you of? Watch him right here.
Skeens?
Yep.
Yeah.
You see
just
that
long,
separation? Yeah. It's like
that's what I'm saying.
Ball.
And he's not moving fast enough yet. When I say that, it's like you can't. Like, you're a freshman, you're a baby deer. But once all this comes together and is explosive and with the heavy ball and everything, good mechanics, good separation. Good swing there by Jarrett. That's going to be extra bases. He's going to hold up at second. So some late life here with 2 outs. That's his first hit that he let up.
It's the 21st out, dog. Most difficult out to get.
So I spoke too soon. 4 2/3 no hit innings. Gives up the hit.
Announcer jinx.
Yeah, I do that a lot. Who did I ruin? Somebody's no hitter. And was it Stuart Kramer?
Maybe it was that.
It was Reed Wilson, I think, at a no at the time. So Will Lindsay coming out real quick to talk to his arm. Probably just telling him, hey, look at that score. This runner behind you means absolutely nothing. If he walks to third base, just deliver the pitch. Again, highest velo I've got on him in the evening is 69. I'm not even sure if he's throwing fastballs all the time.
Nice.
Sometimes that's the thing with a 60-mile-per-hour fastball. It's got some hump on it. It's called gravity. 66 on that.
9.6 GTS or whatever the constant
But again,
is.
this plays in mountain baseball here, and he'll only get better. He'll only be stronger. So nice job by Buchanan just to pick it up in the middle and hold it. So it'll be a single for Fagan. But it holds Jarrett at third base. So Finney's shutout within a football score is still alive.
5 field goals, 3 field goals.
So 9-hitter Meyer up now. Oh, wait, we got a pinch hitter. Hold on. Number 9, Jace Edwards. So Jace Edwards hitting here for Cooper Meyer. So Coach Alm, somebody going to the bench. It's probably not Coach Alm going to the bench there. I don't know where Coach is. He might already be on his way home. He might be on the bus. Who knows? Did not like the strike zone tonight. There's a bunt. It's going to push it foul. So trying to get creative with that 21st to avoid that 21st out.
I like it there. Now, how'd you feel about the bunt the other day from Ellie for the Reds in the 6th inning to break up a no-hitter?
I didn't even know that.
Some people were
What was the
furious
score?
about it.
What was the score at the time?
0-0, 1-0. It was very low
That's
scoring.
fine.
Yeah.
If it was like 9-0, then it's kind of like, buddy. You know what I mean?
Even if it was 9-0, it's a 6th inning.
And you got to be playing for it, too. It's Ellie. You know, he's fast. You should know. And that's strike 3, trying to bunt with 2 outs. What is interesting strategy there? Well, that takes us into, do we got Chad McMahon one more time?
We'll go ahead and throw up Chad's information and thank him for being our 7th inning sponsor. Get with him. His phone number is 828-452-0567. ChadLMcMahon.com and Chad@ChadLMcMahon.com is his email. Appreciate him being our 7th inning sponsor. But now, head into the Meineke postgame show. Meineke is a pregame and postgame sponsor for Baseball University of the Blue Ridge. With numerous locations in the West North Carolina region, there's no better spot to get your vehicle seen and serviced, whether it's an oil change, brakes, mufflers, tires and wheels, AC, you name it. Meineke is doing car care right in Western North Carolina.
Well,
give us a rundown of the box.
We're trying to go through the box score here. Grant Buchanan, 2 for 4, 2 runs and a walk. Jordan Brown, 2 for 4, triple-double, 2 ribs, 2 RBIs. 2 runs scored. Braylon Thompson was 1 for 2 with 3 walks, 2 runs, an RBI. Finney, as a hitter, I should say Hodgson was 0 for 1 with a K and a hit by pitch and a run. Finney was 1 for 3, scored a run. Liam McCrary was 2 for 3. Had 2 RBIs, 2 runs, and a walk. Carter Powell was 1 for 3 with an RBI and 1 run. Andrew Gorman was 1 for 4 with an RBI. Coleman Smith was 1 for 4 with a double and an RBI. And Gus Robinson was 1 for 4 with 2 RBIs and a run scored. So we'll go into the just real quick. You know, Gunnar Alm, good game, was 2 for 3 with a home run and a 2 RBI double. Let's see. Have any other hit? Mark Jarrett had 2 singles. He was 3 for 4 with the double, an RBI, and a run scored and a stolen base. Fagan, the young freshman, was 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs and a run scored. Noah Harden pitched well. Again, you heard me saying earlier, I'm not going to go back and figure out his box score, but that 4th inning was just miserable, but he pitched well in the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 5th, and 6th. But I think our player of the game tonight, before we announce, let's thank our headline sponsor, again, CamWood Bats. It's time to announce that CamWood Bats player of the game. Before we do, let's thank them. CamWood Bats, located in Haywood County, Western North Carolina, but serves baseball and softball players all across the nation. Game bats, trainers, tees, tutorials, and more are available for purchase at CamWoodBats.com. As part of our partnership with CamWood, make sure to use the coupon code BBUWNC for a 10% discount on all purchases through the CamWood website. All right, so final line for our pitcher here. Again, he wasn't even on the roster. Derek Finney is what we're told the name is. He's a freshman who coach just called up. Sitting in the 60s, spinning it like crazy. He came in the let's see here. He came in the
bottom of the second, I want to say, is when he came in. Or no, when did he come in? No, he came in the in the top of the third with 1 out. Immediately got a ground ball double play. 1, 2, 3, fourth. 1, 2, 3, fifth. Gets out of the sixth with a double play. Gives up 2 hits there in the seventh. But he works 1, 2, 3, 4 2/3 scoreless innings. Gives up 2 hits. Strikes out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 batters. So 6 Ks. Where you at, Ks? There you are. 0 walks. That's the big one for me after the way this game started. 0 earned runs. And, again, 2 ground into double play balls that were just huge. So, again, 4 2/3, 2 hits, 6 Ks, 2 ground ball double plays. And he's our winning pitcher for the evening. That's Derek Finney. So we'll get down on the grass here and give him his Player of the Game award here in just a minute.
Well, I want to go through some scores while we're at it. Mountain Heritage defeats Rosman 37-1.
Holy moly!
Swain County defeats Robbinsville 4-3. Lincoln Charter defeats Community School of Day 6-4. Let's see, any other locals finishing up? Anything in progress? Don't think so. I think that's all for the early slate.
Yeah, there's some good ones this evening, though.
Yeah.
I mean, it's conference week for sure.
Check on the Twitter and whatnot, but, we're here. We want to go ahead and wish y'all well. It's time, again, for this evening's rendition of Baseball University's Western North Carolina Scout and Streaming Series. Thank you again to our sponsors, Meineke, Bloom Patch Farms, Hail Tax Solutions, American Legion Post 70, Hauling Solutions and Grading, Nova Pitching Performance, House of Power, Chad McMahon State Farm Insurance, and, of course, CamWood Bats. Thank you again for tuning in, and catch our next broadcast on Friday, where we travel to Madison County to watch Drone take on the Patriots. Game starts at 6:30, pregame at 6 o'clock. And as always, for you college coaches, feel free to hit up Coach Cook with any questions about the prospects. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. And one last little push for you guys. If you could please help support us on our Patreon, and you'll get to see those
Crowdfunding. Yeah.
Crowdfunding.
We're going to start putting content. Hunter's going to put his playoff odds up there.
on
We're going to try to maybe do a behind the scenes, just so you can watch us. Like, we're going to have somebody film us setting up for a game, just to kind of put some extra content in there. But again, a good game tonight. Friday's going to be awesome. We loved Drone and Madison game last year. Camacho up in the box, young man that runs the scoreboard. He's going to be up there again. He's a lot of fun.
Make sure to stay connected to us as well. All the socials are up there. Definitely please go like and subscribe on YouTube. That'll help us out a ton. Go check out the Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, website. It's all on your screen. Appreciate you guys. Let's see. Is that all the scores that I can find? I think so. So appreciate you guys. The Blue Devils defeat the Wolverines 15-9 from Brevard, and we will see you on Friday.
Take care.